want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. I'm out moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hit us, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave him holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. Stay on point, 6-2 gon' split him. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5 boy sale, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple off Draco. I got 'em all, you don't want no. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get this pussy, leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding.
What's up? What's up? Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well today. I hope everything is well with y'all today. Let me shout out everybody that's here for right now. Shout out to my brother All Things, Big AMC FSG in the building. Terrell Davis in the building. Salute King. Peace and blessings. The beautiful Miss Barbara D. How you doing, Queen? I hope everything's well with you. The beautiful Miss Joette. How you doing, JoJo? Hope everything's well with you. My nigga Bro 6500. Salute King. My nigga Big Bob Gunn. Salute my brother. Peace and blessings. Mike Ryan, what it do, my brother? Hope everything's well with you as well. Salute, salute, salute. I've noticed something, right? So, y'all know, before I get started, shout out to my man Deem out there. Shout out to my man KQKC. You know you've done had enough when you get the OG KQKC. Emmanuel Carter, salute King. My nigga Von Wise, salute. Big Coach Nation in here. But you know you done messed up when you done pissed KQKC off, right? When you done pissed KQKC off, you know you done messed up right now. And I'm about to go ahead and play. This is from earlier, y'all. This is from earlier. Before we get started, because I know a lot of y'all missed it, but the OG was just minding his damn business. And then he got pissed off. And what y'all about to hear today, y'all about to hear KQKC in his prime. Here we go, right here. And I'm not even going to tell y'all who he talking about. Y'all can probably figure it out yourselves. Here we go.
I stayed silent for 2 years. I didn't say nothing. They talked on me like a dog, right? And no, none of that shit was true. But his whole show consists of suck this, suck this, suck this. I help you. I fuck that, get the fuck out, all that, right? First of all, that shows you the mentality of this man. That shows you that what he did in the military is true. Yeah, it's true. I can tell. I can tell how hyped up you are. I can tell you did mess with that woman, all right? And you got punched, and now you are a registered sex offender. You can't walk to the damn park. Shit. Hey. Hey. You can't walk to the park, nigga. Shit. And you better let them know when your ass leave town. Shit.
Shout out to the singing OG. You don't piss KQKC off, boy, because KQKC, he don't mess with you, but he gonna let you slide for a minute. He gonna let you slide for a minute, but eventually enough is enough. KQKC said enough is a fucking enough. And I ain't even gonna tell y'all who he was talking about. Because, man, y'all know who he was talking about. I ain't even gotta say it. I ain't even gotta say it, bro. Y'all know who the man was talking about. He was talking about BFTV, man. Y'all know. But I see a lot of people, right? Now, I'm gonna sit there and say, I give Terrence Crawford his credit, and I'm gonna say this. Terrence Crawford is the best accolade fighter in the history of boxing. No other male has done what Terrence Crawford has done in accolades. You feel what I'm saying? In accolades, Terrence Crawford is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. But if we go back and look at fights, memorable fights, like I don't even have Terrence Crawford in top 4. Like, you got people that's getting on Jerome Booth's Ennis because his Mount Rushmore is Floyd Mayweather. His Mount Rushmore is Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sweet Pea, and Roy Jones Jr. Now, I'm gonna be honest, my top 3 is Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard. The first 2 could be interchanged between Floyd and Roy. Because before Roy went up, Roy was that man. But Floyd is still undefeated. And Sugar Ray, he's a bad boy. He's a bad boy. Hagler, Hearns, Duran. Like, Sugar Ray was a bad. And shout out to my nigga G Tatted TV. Hey, I followed you back on that Instagram too, G Tatted. I followed you back, my brother. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and then Sweet Pea. Pernell Whitaker was a hell of a fighter. And he's the fighter that fights more similar to Floyd than any other fighter because Sweet Pea didn't run. Sweet Pea stood in that fire. He stood in that fighter and fought. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Slogan wanting to build a big AMC FSG. Sweet Pea was robbed twice. Once against Julio Cesar Chavez, and he was robbed against Oscar De La Hoya. Exactly, Mike Ryan, because I feel like Bud may have been undisputed 3 times. And this, like my man Mike Ryan just said, he's a hell of an opportunist because even though Bud has been undisputed 3 times, he's never fought the best in the division. I know people are like, what you mean? What you mean? What you mean? He's never fought the best at the division at the time. Like at 140, he didn't fight Danny Garcia or none of them right there. Justin Hawkins, salute my brother. Hope you having a good time at work. At 147, Earl was fucked up, but he didn't fight Boots. Boots was right there for him. At 168, Olisly Iglesias, right there. Do y'all know that David Benavidez was talking about fighting Bud? Bud said, hell no. He said David is too tall and too big. So David Benavidez is too big, and that would be the first fight that Terrence Crawford has ever fought where he did not have the reach advantage. If you go back and look in Terrence Crawford's resume, he has never been at the disadvantage with the reach. The man's arms, he went from a 72-inch reach. Now his reach is 76 inches. I don't understand how it was 76 inches, but when he fought Canelo Alvarez, they had his reach at 76 inches. So he's never been at a disadvantage. He's never been in a way where, like somebody else has the reach advantage over him. So he's been coming into each fight with a clear advantage over his opponents, honestly. And reach does matter. He even had more reach than Jose Benavidez, who was taller. But, my nigga, all things back in the building. But from what I was saying, though, this is what I'm saying. Floyd beat who people wanted him to beat. Shout out to the beautiful queen, Miss Cassandra. How you doing, queen? Hope everything's well with you. You ready for your boy Keith Thurman and Fundora? And see, that's why I call the litmus test, right? The litmus. And I got a lot of flack one day, right? Emmanuel Carter, that's not even a question. You can put it at 154, 160, or 168. Roy stops that man in under 10. Roy stops him, Emmanuel Carter. I'm going to tell you who else beats Bud in their prime. James Lights Out Tony. James Lights Out Tony at 160 beats Bud Crawford. James Lights Out Tony was pound for pound number one before he got beat by Roy. That's a hell of a fight, Juice Lee. Floyd versus Winky. I would have rather, honestly, the fight that I really wanted, I wanted to see Floyd versus Young Thurman. I wanted to see Floyd versus Young Thurman. I also wanted Floyd versus Amir. Floyd versus Costa Zoo. Like, I really can't complain because Floyd really gave us everybody that we asked for real. Like, he wanted, and see, this is the thing, right? This is the funniest shit about it. Everybody sit there and talk about, oh, Floyd this, Floyd this, Floyd that, right? But what people fail to realize, they talk about Floyd only fought Mexicans. Y'all forget, Floyd tried to call out Sugar Shane Mosley a long time ago. G-tatted. How the hell does Julius Ndongo and Amir Khan has the reach advantage over Terrence Crawford, my brother? If you can go look at both of their box stat, they bot rec. Terrence Crawford has a 76-inch reach. They don't even have 70-inch reaches. So that right there is false. Like, people be revisionist history and changing things, but people act like Floyd was only fighting Mexicans, but they forget Sugar Shane Mosley ducked Floyd Mayweather. He talking about he had a messed up tooth or something like that. Y'all forget Sugar Shane ducked Floyd Mayweather. Zab Judah ducked Floyd Mayweather. Zab Judah didn't want to fight Floyd Mayweather after Costa Zoo put the beats down on him. None of them, and see, that's the shit that gets me. This is what's crazy about shit. Like, people be in revisionist history and they talking about, well, Floyd didn't fight this guy, Floyd didn't fight this guy. This guy didn't want to fight Floyd, and that guy ran from Floyd. Floyd had to chase this man up division after division. And that's the crazy thing about it. They want to put everything on Floyd. Like, Floyd didn't fight this guy. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. Okay. The same way they do it on Tank Davis. And I'm just going to do this one thing and I'm going to let this go. But the same way they do Floyd, they say Tank ain't fighting his contemporaries. Tank didn't want to fight such and such. Okay. Check this out. So they blame Floyd, and I showed y'all. Shout out to Frequent Flyer. Shout out. Exactly, Frequent. Floyd is the best ever. And a lot of people talk about Floyd ran. You can't pick one fight where Floyd Mayweather ran. Floyd stood in front of all his opponents. He doesn't go lateral. So Shakur, you're not Floyd Mayweather. Like, this is the funny thing about it, though. And I know Frequent about to get mad about this. And Frequent, you can hit the link, brother. It's cool. But check this out, right? A lot of people said Floyd ducked this person, but Zab Judah ducked Floyd. Yeah, G Tatted, I seen that shit. I said, how the hell is Floyd? How the hell is Bud a 76-inch reach? But they got him at 74 inches. Now, Amir Khan and Ndongo ain't got nowhere near 74 inches of reach. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. But this is the funny thing about it, though, right? Everybody try to say Floyd did this and Floyd did that. Floyd stood in front of Canelo with brittle hands and beat the McStuffins out of him. Floyd has never ran. And then you got Shakur and them talking about, man, I'm the next Bud. No, nigga, you run. You've never seen Floyd run. Floyd stands right there and stands and deliver. But the same way people sit there and say Floyd only fought Mexican and Dongo got 71 and a half. All right, with Terrence Crawford was 74, 9, 76, usually. But everybody sit there talking about Floyd didn't fight. He didn't fight black fighters. All right. Like I showed you, Sugar Shane ducked him. Talking about he had a messed up tooth. Jab Judah ran from division to division, ducking the man. And when Floyd finally caught him, that's what I said, frequent. I said he said he had a toothache. That's what I'm saying. Niggas ducked Floyd. Floyd wasn't ducking no smoke. Floyd went after the boogeyman who Zab Judah and Sugar Shane turned down. Do you know who at 135 wanted to get in Shane's ass? Who wanted to get in Zab's ass? They went to 140. It was a nigga named Diego Chico Corrales. Diego Corrales wanted that work. Shane and Zab was like, hell no. Hell no. Hey, Juice, I would rather see Bud versus Floyd at 135. Bud versus Floyd at 135, 140, or 147. All three would have been nice fights. And Pretty Boy would have been pretty on that nigga. Pretty would have, it would have been, it's so pretty. So pretty. Ain't that what they say? But the funny shit about this, right? But Mike Rhymes, salute. Shout out to my nigga Richard Paris in the building, Guan Bridge. But see, they say Floyd picked and choose his opponents, right? And exactly, they say he fought Sugar Shane out of his prime, but Sugar Shane ducked him. Yeah, but that shit crazy as hell. This is what's crazy about the shit, right? Why would you take Floyd? Why would you take Bud at 147, Juice Lee? Floyd at 147 was an animal. Now, if you'd have said Bud at 154, that might be a toss-up, but from 130 to 147, ain't nobody beating Bud. I mean, Floyd. Matter of fact, Floyd went up and beat Oscar. Bud is not beating Floyd, period. Bud is not beating Floyd. I mean, it's just some people just like that. Just like Joe Montana is not losing the Super Bowl. Like Jordan ain't losing the championship. Like, that's the way it is. That's the way that shit pops off, but people don't understand it. But it's funny how people make a thing. Shout out to my brother Creole the Traveler. Exactly, frequent. He wanted to fight everybody. Bob Arum was even trying to keep that man behind. But Floyd was like, the hell with that. I'm trying to fight everybody. But it's funny. It's funny how people make it seem like Floyd was picking and choosing to fight Mexican fighters. And I say that to say this. Now, everybody sits there and says that Tank Davis does not fight his contemporaries, right? Now, y'all watch this. Now, if I'm wrong, somebody can tell me. But I remember Tank Davis trying to fight Lomachenko 3 times. I even made a video. Loma asked one time, why would I fight him at 135? Loma talk about, well, we got to fight for pay-per-view. Then Loma said, my back hurt, I retired. So that's Loma. I remember Shakur telling hey, Loma, if you don't want to fight Tank, then I'll come up and fight Tank. And they said, word, bet. So they talk about Shakur, let's do it. Shakur ran all the way to Eddie Hearns. Light skin business, salute, my brother. He ran all the way to Eddie Hearns. All the way to Eddie Hearns. Eddie said that Shakur's team told us we cannot even mention a Tank Davis fight. Shakur said they offered me a 1-fight deal, and I need something different from that. He said it in the car. They forget that. So he offered Loma. Loma didn't do it. He offered Shakur. Shakur didn't do it. So, okay, that's 2 of his contemporaries. Both of them was champions. Loma was a champion. Shakur was a champion. Tank Davis comes out of jail. They give an offer to Bill Haney. Bill Haney was like, because look, it was the perfect time. David had just beat Loma. Quote, quote, beat Loma. They go to Bill Haney. They say, look, let's make the Tank versus David Haney fight. Bill Haney was like, you know what? We're going to go up here and fight Regis for a 2-division champion. They went up and fought Regis Prograis and did less than 30,000 pay-per-view buys. Coming off, Devin could have been a pay-per-view star. His first pay-per-view did more than Bud's pay-per-views without Earl and Canelo, all of them. He could have been a pay-per-view star. But he went and tanked it because people wanted him to either fight Lomachenko or Tank Davis. Ain't nobody asked for no goddamn Regis Prograis. We just seen Regis almost lose to the damn Cuban. What nobody trying to see that shit? It was ass. Devin and his dad went backwards, right? So he offered Devin coming out of jail. Devin and Bill moved up and said no. So that's Lomachenko. That's Devin Haney. That's motherfucking that's Lomachenko. That's Devin Haney. That's Shakur Stevenson. Then you got Auntie Schofield, sweet ass, out there talking crazy about Devin. About Tank. So they told Schofield to get it. Schofield and them went a whole different route. They had a dude on the thing that was 160 pounds that was fighting Tank and sparring. They was talking about Tank weighs 180 pounds. And then when Tank was like, you know what, I'm tired of this shit. Let's do it. They like, you know what? Nah, we're going to go for Shakur. Then when they go for Shakur, they got poisoned. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. So that's 4 of his contemporaries. Now, then maybe we might get a Davis versus Davis fight. Like, he been tricking the boxer for too long. I hate this guy. I want to fight light skin. You know, this man did a whole F-Tank tour. He did a whole F-Tank tour. Then when Tank and them started to send him things before he fought Baranchek, Tank and them worked out something. This man sat there and said, you know, I just realized Tank and them do want to fight me, and we trying to get something situated after my title fight. You know, we're going to work something out with Tank and his people because his people done reached out. Now, listen, this is what make it so crazy. They was at a fight. He was on ESPN, and the announcer was asking Keyshawn questions to build up the Tank versus Keyshawn fight. They was building the fight up. Soon as Keyshawn Davis gets that belt off Baranchek, they asked him what's next. He say, the fight everybody wants to see is me versus Pitbull Cruz. I think that would be a great fight. It'll be fan favorite, blockbuster. That's what everybody want to see. Whoa, hold the fuck up. You've been talking about niggas tricking the game for too long and this and that. As soon as you get a damn belt, you tuck your damn tail. This is what they do. They throw rocks and hide their hands. As soon as a nigga look at them, they like they wasn't just doing that. Like, you didn't just ask me for work and then you turn your shit around. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, this is the crazy shit I be talking about. But then you got somebody to sit there and say, well, he ducking. Who's ducking? See, that's the shit we be talking about. Like, you see, the revisionists will make a narrative. They will make a narrative and then they'll push it. They will push the narrative, and then after they push the narrative, it's revisionist history. And after revisionist history, then we like, you know what? That's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Actually, Juice Lee, if you go back and look at the video, Floyd and them did try to set up Tank versus Lomachenko then, but at that point, Lomachenko, Bob Arum denied the fight. I've done an old video about it. You can go back and watch. I got all the receipts in that. I got all the receipts in there. Hey, stand on business. Salute, my brother. But you know what? Stand on business. I'm from the streets, yes. But I can only go off what somebody shows me stand on business. I just sat there and check this out. I understand what you're saying, but did he not try to fight Loma and Loma retired? Did he not try to fight Shakur? Shakur told him to come over there to Turkey. Shakur had Eddie Hearn say, we not doing that. Did he not try to fight Devin coming out of jail? They moved up to fight Regis. Did him and Keyshawn not have something working and then Keyshawn was like, nah, I'm cool. Like, this is what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying, stand on business, but I'm standing on business and I'm giving you facts. I'm giving you facts. Now, if I said something wrong, then correct me. But it's what you want to believe. You think Tank don't want to fight these guys, but when Tank reaches out to fight these guys, they turn tail and run. So how could you blame the person, especially the A side, for the B sides not fighting? Understand that. Like, how can I blame Floyd for Sugar Shane saying that his tooth hurt? You feel what I'm saying? Like, you cannot blame a person because how can I blame Deontay Wilder for Eddie Hearns and AJ asking for $50 million for the undisputed fight and Al Heyman say, we got that $50 million. Eddie Hearns say, I've never said nothing about it. And then we play the video with Eddie Hearns asking for it. Okay, stand on business. Okay, stand on business. All right. I understand what you're saying, but watch this. What about when Shakur was in that vehicle talking during the interview and Shakur was like, yeah, Tank and his team reached out to us for a fight, but it was a one-fight deal and I'm not trying to do that. And then Shakur saying, if Tank want to fight, he need to come over here to Turkey. Let Turkey make the fight. When Tank is the A side, Shakur talking about we need to fight. And Shakur was a free agent. He ran to Eddie Hearns. If he wanted to fight Tank, why go to Eddie Hearns? If you said that Tank don't like Eddie, you said Tank don't like Eddie. Now see, look, I'm going to let you stand on business since you standing on business, right? Didn't you just say Tank don't like Eddie? So if Shakur is really trying to get a Tank Davis fight, now listen to what you said. Now this is what you are saying. I'm not putting words on your phone. But you said Tank don't like Eddie. So he did not want to involve himself because he knew Tank didn't like Eddie. He wanted him to mess up his chances, right? This is what you said. You said he didn't want him to mess up his chances, right? So if you know Tank don't like Eddie and you're a free agent, then why the fuck do you run to Eddie? Why do you run to Eddie? You come on your real page and I'll pull it up, brother. I go get the video when you come on your real page. How about that? But what I'm telling you is, if he don't like Eddie, then why go to Eddie? Eddie sat there and said that Shakur's team said, no, we're not dealing with a Tank Davis fight. Shakur sat there and said they reached out to me. Shakur even told Lomachenko, if you don't want to fight Tank, then I'll do it. So Tank and them said, bet. They went to Shakur. Shakur and them sat there and said, nah. We good on that. Malik Taylor, salute, my nigga. Peace and blessings. So Shakur did all that woofing, sitting in that chair with his man boobs hanging, talking about, yeah. So then when a motherfucker called his bluff, Shakur say, nah, I want Turkey to put on the fight and all this right here. But then he signs a one-fight deal with PBC to fight Teofimo. So you gonna sign a deal to fight a background character instead of fighting the main character? So if we standing on business, who really stood on business? They reached out, he said, no, let Turkey do it. We're gonna come over here and fight Teo. Why didn't Turkey put on the Teofimo fight? And shout out to my brother G-Tat. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't even have to lie. Like, they cook their damn selves, G-Tat. Like, this man just sat there and said Eddie wasn't supposed to talk because they don't like him. Then why go to Eddie? Why go to Eddie? You're not making sense. Shout out to my brother Terrell Davis in the Cash App with the $5 holler. He say, shoot that shit. I will, my brother. Appreciate it. And he just put the clip in he just put the drum on this motherfucking 7.62 millimeters, baby. Got the drum on this bitch. And that motherfucker go, tat, 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 tat. But see, that's what I'm saying, though. It's revisionist history. Like, people try to go back and change the history. And like I said before, Terrence Crawford is the greatest accolade fighter in history. Do I think he's the best? I don't even have him top 4. Like I say, my top 4 is Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones, Sugar Ray, and the 4th one could be, interchangeable. I can interchange the 4th one. Now, accolades, ain't nobody touching Bud. But Bud ain't give us those fights. And people are not going to act like Bud is just this much greater than all these other fighters. You know what the fuck your eyes tell you. We've seen Bud versus Shawn Porter. And we didn't see the Okay, let's do this. When Bud fought Shawn Porter, did we see such an overwhelming aura? No. When Bud fought Jose Benavidez was lifting this nigga off the fucking ground, my nigga. He was lifting him off the ground in the 3rd round with body shots. Juice Lee, don't do that, bro. Don't do that, Juice Lee. Don't do that. Bud said, I'm not fighting Thurman. Bud said that Thurman was calling Bud out. Don't do that, Juice Lee. Don't do that. Don't do that. Thurman was calling out Bud Crawford religiously. Bud sat there and said when he moved to 147, he wanted to fight Thurman. Thurman called out Bud. Bud said, I'm not fighting that man. I'm not fighting him. And Danny Garcia wanted Bud Crawford. Bud said no. Danny also beat Bud twice. No. Thurman said he wanted to fight Spence before Bud because it was a bigger payday. And Bud was trying to fight Thurman when Thurman had a Pacquiao fight lined up. So yeah, I'm gonna say fuck Pacquiao to fight Bud Crawford. Earl said the same thing about what? Because if we want to be honest, Jay Dixon salute. If we want to be honest, let's be honest, Juice, because Earl had been tried to fight Bud. Let's not do that. That's why Bud said when we finally fight, they gonna say our weight drained you and you've been at the division too long. But see, Juice Lee, the difference is Earl Spence was actively pursuing Keith Thurman. Bud was not actively pursuing it. You said stop mocking Wilder. Bro, we haven't said shit about Wilder. What are you talking about? What are you talking about mocking Wilder? I don't understand it. Like, all right. You're not standing on business now, bro. Now you're just pulling shit out the ass. Bro. You're not standing on business now. Funny people standing on business. Who's a shout out to Soldier 7. I don't know, G Teddy. That's why I'm sitting here like, okay. Like, nigga done threw the whole thing off. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? You feel what I'm saying? Like, no, that is not it, Juice Lee. Because before that, Bud said out his mouth he would fight Keith Thurman. He said that. And Keith was like, okay. They was in talks, Juice Lee. Don't do that. Bud and Keith Thurman was in talks to fight. Don't do that, Juice Lee. Bud Crawford and Keith Thurman was in talks. And Bud pulled out of the talks. So don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Earl Spence and Keith Thurman wasn't rocking because Keith Thurman didn't want to give Earl a chance when Earl was broke. Bud has never been the A side, and that's different. Even though Bud was trying to fight Keith Thurman was still the A side, and he was giving Bud a chance. He was giving Bud a chance. How you gonna duck the A side? That's matter of fact. They say how you gonna duck the A side. Yeah, that nigga ain't tricking nobody, Miss Joette. That's that up north shit. That's that up north shit. Now it's crazy because I can get dirty. I can put that picture of Claymore Rains in the side by side up. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, that shit crazy as hell. Yeah, I ain't gonna do it though. But see, Desmond Johnson, my brother, salute. AG tatted. But that's the funny thing about it though. I said I ain't gonna do it, Miss Joette. But the funny thing about it, he asked me and I told him I'll put the video up as long as he come on his real page. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I got you, Desmond. I got you. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell y'all another shit that's funny, right? Tell me why, and I know you in here, Ray Davis. Tell me why everything I was talking about yesterday, why Ray Davis is clipping my clips and making videos talking about cap. Like, Ray Davis, you ain't gotta do all that. You can bring your happy-go-lucky, sweet-titted ass over here. You feel me? I don't give a damn, Ray Davis. But don't be cutting my shit on the bottom. And see, I'm not like y'all. I'm not gonna report you for using my shit. You know, my shit make your shit hot. But it's all good. It's all good. You and Gay More Reigns, it's all right. I'm cool. But see, that's the thing about it. I don't mind nobody telling me or correcting me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. But when I'm right, I'm motherfucking right. You feel what I'm saying? But you're not gonna sit there and tell me something about some shit that you don't even fucking know, dog. Like, these people don't know shit about boxing. That's like me. That's like me, motherfucking sitting there. Hey, Jay Rich, you gotta you get to make your own screen name, bro. You feel me? You get to make your own screen name, but salute to you. But this is what I'm saying, like, yeah, I know that, Big Bob. That's why I'm wondering why you on this page instead of Big Bob Guns, bro. Oh, yeah, I know that because I remember that name Cash, and I'm like, what the hell? Exactly, G Taddy. It's a variety out here. Like, ain't nobody asking you to bring your happy ass over here and shit like this. But what's crazy, right? These niggas, bro, they don't have shit to do. Like, this is what's crazy is, right? These motherfuckers will sit on a YouTube all day. And it's like, motherfuckers be having bat signals, bro. Like, soon as you say something about Shakur, a nigga will hop up, like, with a damn cape and a big ass S on his chest. Like, dun dun dun. You know, Shakur from Jersey. We gotta protect our own. But motherfuckers protecting shit, man. They be protecting Shakur, bro. Like, motherfuckers be hopping out the window for Shakur, bro. Like Clark Kent and the motherfucker. Clark Kent the Superman. Like, that shit be crazy. And like, the shit so crazy because Bro, they will turn shit and lie about shit, right? They will lie. They will lie to try to convince the next person about some bullshit, or they will sit there and throw shit against the wall until it sticks, and then they'll be like, in boxing, things are subjected to change. That's crazy, bro. That's how they work. But then when you tell the motherfuckers to come bring facts, they can't bring facts. They're not trying to debate it. Then they come through with fake profiles. See, now I'm about to explain to you why I call niggas hoes, right? Well, because they're not decent women. Shalom to my brother, that whole boy, big AMCFSG, bro. How you been and how your son, my nigga? Long time, bro. I hope everything well going on your side of the neighborhood, brother. But this is why I call these niggas hoes. Because a woman, like Miss Joette and them, a woman knows when they're wrong or know how to accept criticism and knows how to accept the truth. But them hoes, right? This is what hoes do. When you try to correct the hoe or you try to give them some credence, then they want to lash out. They want to call you names. They want to damn talk to their friends. They want to backbite you. They want to come through on fake profiles. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. They do what hoes do. Hey, that whole boy, you know you family, my brother. I'm just glad everything's good on your side, bro. Appreciate you. Malik Taylor. Yeah, that's their favorite line. That's their favorite line. Oh, you boxers you want your cheeks clapped. Like, who the fuck thinks of shit like that, dog? Like, that shit be brazy, dog. I be like, really? Like, I be like, bro, that's crazy, bro. Like, and niggas don't even give a damn. Like, that shit be, I just be like, wow. That's the first thing they say. But they forget that they dude been in the pool with Diddy. You feel what I'm saying? And like, the shit crazy. This is what's crazy about it, right? They want to compare Shakur and Devin Haney to Floyd Mayweather, right? You feel what I'm saying? They want to compare Shakur and Devin to Floyd Mayweather. That's like comparing Austin No Doubt Trout to Roy Jones. Does Austin Trout have any similarities to Roy Jones? I'm just asking. This is for a friend. Anybody in the chat? Does Austin Trout have any similarities to Roy Jones? Because Devin and Shakur damn sure ain't got not nan similarity to Floyd Mayweather. First off, let's do Shakur first. First off, Floyd had every punch in the book. Shakur doesn't have every punches, and Shakur is actually a bully. Because when he's in there against people he know that can't punch or can't fight, he wants to walk down on them. He won't, like with Padley, a man that ain't even get a full training camp. Then he want to walk down, but anybody else, he backing the fuck up. Or like with De Los Santos, this man actually turned his back and ran. Do y'all understand? This man turned his back, turned his tail, and ran. I've never seen somebody take off. The man took off in a full sprint like Usain Bolt. He shot across, brother. He broke the speed limit. The man broke a record going from point A to point B, getting the hell out the way. And that's crazy. That's crazy. So his feet work ain't like Floyd's. His boxing ain't like Floyd's. His defense is not like Floyd's because Floyd will stand in the middle of the pocket and will not get hit. Floyd will sit there, catch, shoot, roll, shoulder lean, pop, pull counter. I've never seen Shakur Stevenson throw a pull counter. Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen Shakur Stevenson throw a pull counter. That nigga is the welfare Floyd. Like, next thing you know, the only similarity, and I'm going to give Shakur this right here. There's one thing that Shakur has in common with Floyd. Do y'all know what it is? They both had fucked up hands. That is the only thing I can compare Sugar Shakur Stevenson to with Floyd is they both had fucked up hands. J.A. Dixon, I can't even say that because Floyd don't back up in the straight line. If we say cat-like reflexes, we can say Tiafimo too. We can say Tiafimo got the cat reflexes too. But the only similarities between Shakur Stevenson and Floyd Mayweather is they got brutal hands. That's it. Now, let's go to Devin Haney. Devin Haney footwork ain't. Now I'm gonna be completely honest, unbiased. I think Devin Haney was more like Floyd than Shakur. But that's not saying much because the only thing Shakur had on Floyd was his broke hands. But Devin used to stay in the pocket. Devin used to stay in the pocket like Floyd a lot, but he used to get hit. And, you know, he stayed in the pocket a little too long, and Ryan tested his temperature. Ryan tested it. That's what I'm saying. Like, he got clocked on. He got clocked on, and it made it crazy. But see, that's when you go on people's greatness. This is how you can tell if a fighter is good or not, right? They say, and I forgot which rapper said this shit, but he said, yeah, exactly. I can talk all the shit I want about Devin Haney J.A., but Devin ain't no punk. But you know, this is the crazy thing about it. They say, if you ain't got no haters, then you ain't popping. They say, if you ain't got no haters, then you ain't popping. And G Tatted TV, Floyd said that because he was trying to sign Shakur. He didn't believe that shit because he came on later and said that shit. But if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. Floyd had haters. Tank had haters. Devin had, I mean, not Devin, Earl have haters. You know, when people are trying to be what you got, like, it's crazy because in boxing, a lot of these people are jealous and envious, right? They jealous and envious. Well, G Tatted, Bill and them knew that Shakur could beat Devin because he used to do it every day in sparring. That's why they said they weren't gonna let Shakur fight him. But I don't think Shakur beats him now. Because now they got the same style. They both running the fuck away. But who knows? Devin a little bit too big for Shakur right now, I think. But hell, I don't know. Like, I don't know what Devin's gonna look like, honestly. Like, don't nobody know what Devin's gonna look like. But what I can say, Brian Walker, salute my brother, Shalom King. But what I can say, people love to change the history. Like I proved right there. Everybody said Floyd ain't the greatest because all he fought was Mexicans. But like I say, he tried to fight black people, but they ducked. Like everybody talk about, and then look, this is the funny thing about people who like to revise history. People say that, exactly, Creole. People say that Floyd made Sugar Shane old before he fought him. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Don't y'all remember when Floyd was trying to fight Sugar Shane and Sugar Shane was complaining about a sore tooth and all this bullshit right here. Do y'all not remember that? Do y'all not remember when Sugar Shane was ducking Floyd at 135? People hold that shit out. People don't talk about that. I would have really liked to see Floyd versus Vernon Forrester though. But people forget the fact that Sugar Shane ducked Floyd. Floyd was calling the nigga out. Sugar Shane talking about, I got to get my wisdom tooth pulled. I can't fight you. Floyd tried to fight Zab Judah. Zab ran and got beat by Costa Zoo. And then the fight wasn't called for then. And like I showed y'all, people say Floyd only fought Mexicans, but the niggas was ducking. The niggas was ducking. And this is funny. People say Tank Davis don't never unify. Oh, tell Tank Davis to unify. That's their favorite shit right there. Tell Tank Davis to unify. He tried to unify with Loma at 130. Loma moved up. It wasn't no more fights at 130. So everybody say, tell Tank to unify. So he gets up to 135. He tries to unify with Lomachenko again. Lomachenko retires. He tries to unify with Shakur Stevenson. Shakur runs to the zone. Shakur doesn't unify with him. He says, no, we got to fight over here on Turkey. But then he fights on PBC with Tiafimo. So that's two people he tried to unify with. He tries to unify with Keyshawn. Keyshawn said, when I get the belt, me and Tank, we can have a Davis versus Davis pay-per-view. He even had me hyped for that shit, dog. At first, I used to get on Big Supreme, and Big Supreme is my nigga, but me and Big Supreme had an AMC moment. If y'all was here, me and Big Supreme went all anger management in this motherfucker about this shit, right? Me and Big Supreme was going anger managed crew, you know, hardcore haters versus the VPN game. We was set tripping in this motherfucker, banging out behind Keyshawn, because I said that nigga a bitch nigga and he tripping. And Big Supreme was telling me, no, Keyshawn about to do, you know, so we went at it. So finally, I seen the Santillion. I seen the motherfucking Baranchik. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe Keyshawn might fight Tank and it might be good. So I hop on the bandwagon. I want to see Davis versus Davis. The nigga called not, first off, the nigga say he wasn't gonna mention Tank Davis' name no more. And then 3 hours later, it's Tank. So you know, I'm like, oh, okay, word. Then he like, I want to fight Lil Man. He been tricking the boxing game for too long. Like, I want to fight him. And I'm up here showing people videos of where Keyshawn out his own mouth say, man, it wasn't nothing I could do with Tank Davis. He hurt me twice. I was a defensive fighter. Yes, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Yeah, I was a defensive fighter. I couldn't do nothing. And we was in 16 ounces in headgear, but he backed me up. He did whatever he wanted to do to me. I was just like a hoe just taking it. I was just taking it from Tank. He was just beating my ass and I just took it, you know, but he made me a better fighter. Yes, Tank Davis has made me a better fighter. Then not only that, he sent in Tank DMs like, Mr. Tank Davis, do you sign boxers? This nigga was trying to be part of Gervonta Tank Davis's resume. He was trying to be on the team. He was trying to get signed because he knew Tank had the flavor. He wanted to be Tank and Tank be Floyd. He wanted to ride Tank's coattail to them M's. He wanted them M's. Nobody in boxing besides Canelo is calling for them M's like Tank Davis. That's what's happening. But then he sat there and said, you know what? Shakur doing it, I might as well do it. Fuck light skin. I'll beat the shit out of the Tank. No, he can't beat me. Now, Yeah, he showed the DMs. Yeah, G tatted. Now, why would he be asking Tank Davis for one of his fighters? Nigga, you should sign your fighter to you. Why would you give your fighter a bigger platform than you? We knew that shit would count. But see, the man was sitting there talking about, man, Tank don't want to fight me. He know. But you just said the nigga beat the shit out your ass in sparring. With 16 ounces in headgear. Like, nigga, you couldn't even get a punch off with 16 ounces in headgear. So you think in 10 ounces and no headgear is going to be any different? Like, nigga, like, okay, you just tried to get a payday. Nigga, ain't you the same one? Y'all forget, Keyshawn Davis was famous before he signed the Top Rank. Y'all don't remember that old clip of Keyshawn Davis? He was on TikTok. They asked him, and he talking about, well, I'm going to be a professional boxer, so my wife, she can start working as a teacher and all that. Y'all remember that shit? That was Keyshawn. That was Keyshawn, and the damn announcer laughed at him, talking about, you too skinny to be a boxer. You're going to get knocked the fuck out. Y'all remember that shit? I know somebody remember that shit. I'm going to have to find that shit later on tonight. But they didn't even think Keyshawn was going to be a boxer. But then, this is the funniest shit about it. Me and Big Supreme, I finally said, okay, Big Supreme, I'm going to rock with you, nigga. So after all that shit happens, he gets the belt. So I'm like, okay, we about to get Davis versus Davis. Now look, they all cried for Tank Davis to unify. Lomachenko turned him down. Shakur turned him down. So there's only one person left, and that's Baranchek. I mean, so it's Keyshawn. He just took him from Baranchek. So then, after Keyshawn gets the belt, after all this, look, the man got 1 million people to come see him because he was riding Tank Davis's wave. Like, before he mentioned Tank Davis, he was an undercard fighter. He mentioned Tank Davis, they put him up there, he did 1 million views. But after he turned down the Tank Davis fight for a Santillion, his fight did half the amount. See, this is what's crazy. This is how he switch up. And people don't believe, but this is what he said right here, right? Remember he said after Baranchek, he was going to fight Tank. So everybody was hyped and ready to see that shit, right? After Baranchek, he didn't talk about Tank. He didn't talk about Tank at all. He fought, didn't he fight Santillion next? So he went from like a 1.3 gate to like 600 and something thousand. 600 and something thousand. His shit dropped off so fast after he didn't fight Tank next that he got back on and started back calling Tank. Then he mixes a fight with De Los Santos, talk shit to Abdullah Mason, the same way he talked shit to Tank, knowing he wasn't going to fight Tank. He did the same shit to Abdullah Mason, knowing he was moving up in weight. And the funny shit about it is, I don't hear nobody criticizing the fact that Tank Davis was trying to fight this man and he didn't fight Tank. I don't hear nobody saying, after he got his belt, the first thing they said, they asked him in the ring, what's next for you, Keyshawn? He say, well, the fight everybody wants to see is me versus Pitbull Cruz. Me versus Pitbull Cruz is the fight everybody wants to see. Yeah, you right, J.A. Dixon. You right. But he said the fight everybody wants to see is me versus Pitbull Cruz. No, the fight everybody wanted to see was you versus Tank Davis. You hyped us up and you bait and switched us. You bait and switched us. The same thing that Devin and Shakur used to do. Soon as they got a fight, soon as Devin or Shakur has a fight, then they start calling for Tank. Tank. Because they can't promote their own shit. They cannot promote their own fights. They need Tank to give them a little boost. Because Shakur or Devin post anything without Tank's name, nigga, I get more views than them. I would get more views than them. But if they say Tank, they go viral. And people don't realize it, but Shakur is really out here on his knees begging for a Tank Davis fight. That's why he keep mentioning Tank Davis. Because like I explained to you, there is nobody in boxing. If Tank was to retire, there is only one person in boxing that Shakur Stevens can fight to get at least $5 million. It's only one person. And that's the person that y'all said Tank Davis shouldn't fight, and that's Jake Paul. Nobody besides Tank and Jake Paul could Shakur Stevenson fight to gain more than $5 million. So what is that telling you about Shakur fucking Stevenson? He's not a draw. And his contemporaries don't respect his shit right there. Like, he got marketed wrong. Like, he let them market him wrong. And it's crazy. And that's crazy. But like I said, who's going to lead the new year after Tank Davis is gone? Now, I think Jaron Ennis will be a pay-per-view star. I think Abdullah Mason will be a pay-per-view star. Hell, I even think Bam Rodriguez will be a pay-per-view star. But you know what's crazy? None of these people are helping Shakur. Like, the fucked up shit about it, even if they would have fought Tank Davis in a loss, Rolly, Ryan Garcia, Pitbull Cruz, Frank Martin, these people fought Tank Davis and became a bigger star, even though they took an L. They took an L. Canelo's biggest fight to this day is still the loss to Floyd Mayweather. It made him a household name. And this is what I'm saying. People don't understand the part of business. But see, that's what I'm saying. People don't accept. Exactly. Bam will be a pay-per-view star. And DZ. Bam will have the Mexican people behind him. And shout out to the Queen DZ. My Esta Morica in the building. Hola, bonita muchacha. Que onda, DZ? But yeah, shout out to DZ. Bam is going to be leading that school. Hell, I even think Virgil might get it going. Alexis Rocha, even though he's lost, he still have a fan base. Pitbull has a fan base. And you know, DZ, you don't think Virgil will be a star, DZ? That whole boy. And guess what? Tank took all that buzz right back from him. DZ, you don't think Bam Rodriguez will be a pay-per-view star? Why not, DZ? Why don't you think Bam will be a pay-per-view star? Oh, you saying the Mexican people won't be behind Bam Rodriguez? Is that what you say? DZ, that's a lie right there. You want me to tell you why? Because a lot of Mexican fighters said they weren't going to fuck with. Well, you know, DZ, a lot of people didn't like David Benavidez because he was coming at Canelo. But now David Benavidez has a Mexican fan base. A lot of people was mad at him for coming at King Nelo. And they said Mexicans will never follow behind El Bendejo Rojas. Now Bendejo Rojas, he has a huge Mexican following. His fight versus David Morrell showed you. He had a great pay-per-view. David Benavidez is another one that's going to be a pay-per-view star. And I know you don't like David Benavidez, DZ. I know. I know, Queen. I know you don't like David Benavidez, but he's also another one that's going to be a big pay-per-view star. And DZ, what did Bam do that made him infamous in the Mexican community? What did he do? I missed something. Somebody let me know what the hell I'm missing. You said Bam was famous because Pitbull Cruz was there? DZ. Nope. DZ, I know you hate David Benavidez, DZ. But DZ, you know one thing about your boy Upper, right? You know one thing about your boy Upper, DZ. You know I'm gonna give you facts. And I'm gonna give it to you. And I'm gonna give it to you raw. So you said the only reason David Benavidez and David Morrell did so good is because Pitbull Cruz was there, right, DZ? Is that what you're saying, Queen? And you know, now you know with you one of the beautiful queens. So I'm not just gonna throw it all in on you. I'm just gonna put the tip in on you, all right? I'm just gonna give you the tip. I ain't gonna give you the whole shaft now, DZ. I'm just gonna give you the tip. Because I love my queens. So I'm just gonna give you the tip. All right? You ready for the tip of this? Hey, this tip is a motherfucker now. Just make sure you relax. Are you relaxed, DZ? Press 1 if you relax so I can put this tip in on you. Press 1, DZ, if you relax so I can give you this tip. Give you just the head. You ready? Now, if that's the case, now you know David Benavidez and David Morrell did almost 300K pay-per-views, right? They did almost 300K pay-per-views. You hear me, DZ? Almost 300K. Now, you're crediting that to Pitbull Cruz. Now, I done grabbed the Astro Glide. I'm about to give you just a tip because you're a queen. So I'm just gonna smack it up against it a couple times, and I'm just gonna give you the tip of it. All right, DZ? You ready? Ay, Dios mío. Yes, see, ay, Dios mío. Yes, I understand. Just relax. Here you go. Now, if Pitbull was the reason why David Morrell and David Benavidez did such great numbers, Pitbull was also the co-main of Terrence Crawford. He was the co-main for Terrence Crawford and at 154. Now he was the co-main for Terrence Crawford and Madrimov, right? Plus they had Eminem doing the whole 8 Mile soundtrack, DZ. So they had Eminem doing the whole 8 Mile soundtrack and Marshall Mathers, and Pitbull Cruz was the co-main now. Now listen, DZ, because the tip is almost in there now. The tip is almost in there. Then when I pull out, it's gonna go. Plop. It's gonna make that plop, that plop noise. I can't make the plop noise, but you know the noise that go plop when you pull it back out. So check this out, right? Terrence Crawford and Madrimov with Pitbull Cruz on the undercard and Eminem performing a whole hour concert did less than 100K, DZ. Now they did less than 100K with Terrence Crawford and Madrimov, Eminem, and Pitbull Cruz. So let's just say all 100K that came to see Terrence Crawford. Now we're not gonna say that because at least 50K came for Eminem. So let's just say the other 50K was Pitbull Cruz. Let's subtract that from David Benavidez and Morrell. They still did over 250K, DZ. Come on, baby. Come on. You ain't gotta fight back. Just relax and bite that. You feel me? There you go. You welcome. And only because you're a female, I just give you the tip. I just give you a tip, Drew. That's all. I ain't gonna go into it on you though, but I know you hate David Benavidez. I know it. DZ. Stop, DZ. Stop, DZ. Okay, DZ. Let's just say Morrell sold 100K, DZ. That's still 150K from Benavidez. That's still 150K for Benavidez, though, DZ. I'm gonna give Morrell 100. But that's still 150K for Benavidez, boo. Come on. Texas D20, salute, King. It's okay, DZ. It's okay. It's okay, baby. It's okay. I told you just don't worry, the aftershocks gonna hit you later, DZ. You know, when I'm done, the aftershocks will hit you later. But I know you hate Benavidez. It's all good. And matter of fact, we about to see what Pitbull's draw power is coming up, DZ. Cause we got Pitbull versus Lamont Roach. Now, so Pitbull better do over 150,000, DZ. Exactly, Miss Joette. And Miss Joette, the fucked up shit about it, Mexicans love David Benavidez too. The nigga name is El Bandeja Rojas. But it's all good. And David Benavidez is going to be a pay-per-view star. You want me to tell you how I know DZ? Because Turkey is trying to break his back to put David Benavidez on the card. He's not doing that for Pitbull. Now, I know Pitbull is like y'all Mexican Rocky. You know, done got beat up, but he's an underdog story. I understand that. But yes, Pitbull is a great undercard fighter. You feel what I'm saying? Just like Frank Reach. Frank Reach was a great backup quarterback. When he was in the front, he did okay, but is a great, well, you know what I'm saying? DZ, but the numbers have, if you look at all of David Benavidez pay-per-view, DZ, each time it goes up. The numbers go up. But I already know you and David Benavidez have a problem. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna dwell on it with you, DZ, because you're a queen, so I'm gonna let you ride. And you know, now it's between you and Miss Joette. I let queens handle queens business. You know, all I do is just slap it a couple times, you know, put a little bit in there, and then I back off. You feel me? You know? Exactly, Creole. That mental floor play crazy. They have them crossing their legs and shaking their damn feet. I'm telling you. Here go DZ and Miss Joette. There we go. But like I was saying, it's crazy. So when Canelo is retiring and you got Tank Davis retiring, like this is what's crazy. Because boxing is really getting messed up right now because you got Dana White. They trying to shit everybody. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button. And can I get 4 people to support in the Cash App? Can I get 4 people to support the grind for the day? I'm cooking. I'm giving y'all flame. Y'all don't want to put no PDF on that bad boy? But check this out. Shakur Stevenson. No, that's why, Ms. Joey, I didn't say y'all was arguing. I said y'all about to debate. Y'all debating. We don't argue over here. We debate. And see, that's another thing. When you conversing with people, they always talk about it's an argument. So if me and you talking and you give me a point and I give you a point, that's an argument? I thought that was a conversation. You feel what I'm saying? I thought that was called conversation, like Miss Joette just said. But what else that I was saying, right? Do y'all really not know that Shakur Stevenson, like all y'all Shakur Stevenson fans, like do y'all really understand that Shakur Stevenson, his career is tied into Gervonta Tank Davis? Like without Gervonta Tank Davis, Shakur has nothing. Like literally. And I hate to say it because this is what's crazy. Shakur was on a great trajectory. Like he was one of the best viewed persons on ESPN. Then he started smelling his own shit. And see, Karma's a bitch, and hey, she's a beautiful bitch too, because Karma gonna come get you. Shakur, do y'all know when Shakur's stock actually started to fall? Do y'all actually understand when Shakur Stevenson's stock started to fall? Y'all gonna be like, God damn, that motherfucker upper on point. Do y'all want me to tell y'all when Shakur Stevenson's stock actually started to fall? Now, if you know it, go ahead and say it. But if y'all want me to go ahead, somebody say, nah, not that Big Bob. Not that Big Bob, my brother. Somebody say, get him up. And I'm going to tell you when Shakur Stevenson actually started. Yeah, that Thursday fight was good. That was crazy work, that whole boy. He went to Thursday, then to the undercard. I just need one person to say, get him up. And I'm going to tell you when Shakur Stevenson's stock started to fall. And this is why I say karma is a beautiful bitch. All right. Do y'all know that if you go look it up, after Shakur Stevenson tried to walk Devin down in that ring, it was a lot of people talking about it, but his stock actually fell. Guan Dragon Assassin. His stock actually fell. The fight after he tried Devin, it was 37% less viewership. Does he not know that he fucked up his fan base? See, before he did that, the Devin Haynites, the Hanos clan, no, I'm being honest, Miss Joette, the Hanos clan was rocking with Shakur. They was using Devin and Shakur both to discredit Tank Davis. They was using Devin Haney and Shakur. BFTV was using Devin Haney and Shakur. They was using Devin and Shakur. They was taking turns talking about how each motherfucker, how he was scared of each of them, right? And I'm gonna tell you, the top dog who was doing it was that nigga BF motherfucking TV, the same motherfucker that said that Tank Davis is a matchup nightmare for Devin Haney, and how Devin Haney need to stay the fuck away from Tank Davis or he gonna get knocked out, to Devin Haney can walk on water while pissing and motherfucking brushing his teeth at the same time type shit. You feel me? Like, that's the crazy shit about it, right? So Shakur actually, with some trifling ass shit, because him and Devin Haney was supposed to be boys. Like, Bill and them used to take Shakur on trips. Shakur used to stay at that nigga's house, dog. Like, Shakur actually used to stay at this nigga's house, sleep on the couch and everything. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they say. I'm gonna tell you a story that reminds me of Shakur Stevenson, right? Now, a woman, it's snow outside, right? A woman goes out and she sees a snake, which is cold-blooded. The snake is laying there in the snow dying. It's freezing to death, right? The snake is freezing to death. And the woman noticed the snake. She picks the snake up. She takes the snake home. She warms it. She feeds it. She takes care of the snake. Like, she took care of the snake, right? So as soon as it started to get warm again, right, the snake bites the woman, bites the shit out the woman, right? So he bites the shit out the woman falls to the ground. She's laying there and she's dying. And she's sitting at the lion, she's dying and shit, right? And so she was like, snake, I took you in. I took care of you. Why did you bite me? And he told her, he was like, bitch, when you met me, you knew I was a snake. You knew I was a snake when you first met me. So why are you acting like this is something new? So, you knew what the fuck it was. And see, that's why motherfuckers carry Shakur the way they carry him now. Because this nigga's a snake. And then, he don't want to fight Keyshawn, so Keyshawn's his brother. And who be putting a lot of this propaganda out? And I be like, BFTV, bruh, stop it. BFTV is one of the things. And if y'all missed it earlier, shout out to KQKC. KQKC has finally had enough of BFTV. Yes, he has. He said he tired of the nigga, And I'm gonna let y'all hear. I'm gonna play it one more time. I'm gonna let y'all hear exactly that whole boy. Let me let y'all hear what the singing OG had to say about BFTV today. Because, hey, OG was tired. He was dog tired, boss.
I stayed silent for 2 years. I didn't say nothing. They talked about me like a dog, right? And no, none of that shit was true. But his ass, his whole show consists of suck this, suck this, suck this. I help you, help you, help you. I fucking get the fuck out, all that, right? First of all, that shows you the mentality of this man. That shows you that what he did in the military is true. Yeah, it's true. I can tell. I can tell how hyped up you are. I can tell you did mess with that woman, all right? And you got punished. And now you are a registered sex offender. You can't walk to the damn park.
You can't walk to the damn park.
Shit. Yeah. You can't walk to the park, nigga. Shit. And you better let them know when you have to leave town.
Damn, you better let them know for your leave time. Hey, I got a question. If you a registered SA, right? Does that mean you can't even see your kids being born? Like if your wife is sitting there having a baby, do you not get to watch your baby get born? Wouldn't that violate the SA creed or something? Like if the police catch you watching your child being born, can you go to prison? Like, isn't that violation because a child is a kid, you know? And you I'm just wondering, you know. Well, I don't have to wonder, you know what I'm saying? Because guess what? I'm not an SA. I don't take what's not given. And what's crazy is who wants to take cookies when the cookies are not fresh and baked and gave to you? Don't nobody steal cookies. You got niggas out here stealing cookies. And then the first thing they holler, suck my wee-wee, suck my wee-wee, suck my wee-wee. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, niggas out here stealing cookies. Like, motherfuckers, the Cookie Monster and shit. You know the Cookie Monster. Ain't that what it's called? Motherfucker hamburglar out here. Motherfucker snatching bitches' buns. This nigga, he's a cross between the Cookie Monster and the hamburger. He taking bitches' buns and everything. He don't even care if the bun's been buttered. You feel me? That nigga going after it. Hey, that whole boy, I'm just keeping it 1,000, bro. I'm not lying on nobody. I'm just keeping it 100. That's what that nigga do. That's what he do. And KQKC was tired of the nigga today, dog. He was tired of him. He said, you know what? I'm tired. Dog tired. He said, I sat back enough. It's been 2 years of this fuck shit, and I'm tired of it. And so after 2 years of that fuck shit, KQKC said, you know what? It's time. It's that time. And so he did what he did. Yeah. I was watching the shit, bro. And OG was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. And so I was like, word. Okay, KQ. But see, this is what I'm saying. You can't get nobody to admit certain things. But in boxing, they have revisionist history, right? It's people that like to revise the history. They like to change the history. They like to make it up as they go. And when they do make it up, then, you know, it's easy to change. Like, people don't understand, like, the victor makes history. Like, history stands for his story. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's his story. You feel what I'm saying? And these people sit there and do that right there, but it's crazy as hell, though. And, like, a lot of people ain't gonna call it on there because a lot of people are supporting the dumb shit. They supporting this craziness, right? They support it and they think it's all good. And then, like, they wonder why the government's steady pushing dumb narratives to us and doing this right here. And it's because we allow it. We allow the dumb narratives to be pushed. Like, people really don't understand. Like, do you not know that We got people across seas buying up everything. Like Turkey's folks with Daniel Kinahan and them, they buying up golf. They trying to get football over there. They're trying to get boxing. Like they're trying to. It's just like when America was at the forefront of the industrial technology, but then America sat there. Lee Jackson, salute King. But then America sat there and gave Japan and China the means to do our shit right there, right? So it ain't gonna cause no smoke between KO and him, Big Bob Gunn. Cause I talk shit about him all the damn time. And me and KO still cool. So KO just stays out of it. I don't know what's going on, but I know KO stays out of it. KO don't get involved in that shit. So and like that's the way it's supposed to be. Like, if you're a grown ass man, you don't need nobody else to fight your battles for you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you grown. Like, if you grown, you don't need nobody to fight your battles. You feel what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, like, people don't even understand that boxing is being brought down right up under their nose. Like, Dana White has MMA. Dana White has been called out for not paying his people correctly. He has been, shout out to my brother Alan Sostain, the VP in general. Dana White is corrupt. He doesn't pay his people the right money. Like, it's been plenty of time. They was suing Dana White. It's only like maybe 5 people that makes over $1 million in the MMA. The rest, UFC. The rest of them people are getting bargain basement prices and they got to keep fighting. It ain't even no stars over there. And this new thing that they about to do, they're trying to get the boxers to come over there. And guess what? If you get everybody up under one banner, if everybody's under one banner, then guess what happens? With everybody under one banner, then you can control the price. It's called a monopoly. A lot of people don't understand what a monopoly means, but what it is a monopoly is when you control everything, you can control the price as well. I mean, Miss Joette, like, hey, that's between KO and BFTB, Miss Joette. I don't know what they got going on. They might be cool. Like, I don't know. That's between them, though. It's not my business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you said 150 M's? You say, go ahead, that whole boy. I don't even know what you're talking about. Go ahead. You type whatever you want to type, my brother. I don't give a damn. You feel me? But what I'm saying is, are you talking about them pointy hats? That whole boy. But this is what I'm saying. People don't even understand what's happening. Like, they're trying to take away. Listen, do y'all remember when PBC y'all tried to sue the PBC? Do y'all remember when they all was trying to sue the PBC? Do y'all know what they was trying to sue the PBC for? Yeah, monopolizing boxing. Look, they was trying to sue the PBC because the PBC was paying niggas too much money. People don't realize this has. Do y'all? I'm about to break some shit down. Smash the like button. Can I get 4 people to support the grind for the day? Let me get 4 people to support the grind for the day. I'm about to go on some real shit right here that ain't nobody else is talking about. I'm about to tell y'all some real shit. Do y'all not know why they're always going after the PBC? Everybody that comes into boxing, they're throwing shots at the PBC. Top Rank did it. DAZN did it. Turkey comes in, tries to does it, and he's still throwing shots at the PBC. The reason why all these companies are throwing shots at the PBC, Oscar, Eddie Hearns, they even tried to sue the PBC. It's because the PBC are paying niggas too much money. See, before the PBC, niggas wasn't getting that. They wasn't getting that sponsorship money. They wasn't getting that overhead. The motherfucking people was keeping that money. They wasn't giving them the back end like that. Manny Pacquiao did 1.6 million 1.3 pay-per-view buys. 1.3 million pay-per-view buys with Top Rank twice. And then Manny Pacquiao has 6 fights without Floyd that he's done over 1 million pay-per-views now. 6 fights where he has done over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Manny Pacquiao's second biggest payday. His first biggest payday was versus Floyd Mayweather. His second biggest payday, and you can look it up, was when Manny Pacquiao fought Keith Thurman and did a 588,000 pay-per-view buys. He did 588,000 pay-per-view buys and got paid more than what he got paid with Top Rank with 1.3 million. More. He did half and got more. Do you know why? Because the PBC is paying the fighters what they earn. And that's why, and y'all not noticing it, but that's why the media and all of them are coming at the PBC, and they've been coming at the PBC. Oh, PBC is broke. PBC, but the PBC is making more money than every other boxing place in 2023. PBC made over 750 million off of 3 fights. Off the Tank Davis, Earl Spence, and Canelo Alvarez versus Charlo. Earl Spence and Bud, Tank and Ryan. They made over 750 million off of 3 fights. But people say that the PBC is broke, that the PBC is going downhill. Bro, the PBC is the only people that's not in the red. They're not in the red. Everybody else is in fucking debt. But then they get mad at the PBC because the PBC is doing what they do. Exactly. Exactly, Zulu. Exactly. It's like an independent artist versus that right there. And the crazy thing about it, people are not paying attention. That's why they do a whole campaign trying to down the PBC. It's a whole campaign. It's a whole campaign of trying to go at the PBC. It's a whole campaign of trying to make the PBC seem like it's less than. They all tried to sue Al Heyman. Do you know what the lawsuit for Al Heyman was? It's because he was paying his fighters too much money. Paying his fighters too much money. And now you got the polar opposite. This is the polar opposite coming through. And the funny shit about it, they feed them with that, baiting them in. It's like when you got the carrot on the stick. First you get the carrot, then you get the stick. See, right now, Turkey and them is offering them that money. And see, one thing about niggas, they're dumb. Niggas don't like to read everything. So Turkey is offering them that motherfucking bread. He's offering them the payday. So motherfuckers is going to sign up for that payday. Just like, check this out, Eddie Hearns. He gave Boo Boo Andrade that payday. But he fucked up Andrade's career because since Andrade took that payday, he could not get a Triple G fight. He could not get a Canelo fight. So they effectively grabbed him and isolated him, the most dangerous person for them 2 fighters, and they put him off the chessboard. They took Boo Boo off the chessboard. Now Triple G and Canelo only got to worry about Jamal Charlo. They ain't got to worry about Boo Boo no more because he signed the deal. So yeah, so right now, Turkey took Shakur Stevenson. He done dropped Shakur's rank. Like Shakur has dropped down in the form of how popular he was. Like Shakur dropped down with Turkey. He dropped down when he tried to attack Devin. Like he do a lot of whole shit and people not really resonating with it unless you from Jersey. Now, if you from Jersey, then you know maybe that's the type of shit Jersey people do. You feel me? But like that shit's not real. And that's the only people I see defending Shakur is really Jersey niggas. It's some Jersey niggas that keep it 100, but most Jersey niggas, they overlook the shit that Shakur Stevenson doing. You feel what I'm saying? Like they overlook it. And that shit crazy as hell. But like, then they'll sit there, like I said, they'll sit there and say, like, they revise the history. And then you notice they like to go out the PBC fighters. Look at in the last 5 years, I can name y'all the most hated fighters in boxing. Right? Floyd Mayweather. Right? Earl Spence. Gervonta Tank Davis. Right? Boots Ennis was with the PBC, but Deontay Wilder. Y'all see that? Y'all see, it's always a PBC thing. They always hating on the PBC. But you know what? PBC making more pay-per-view stars than any other station out there. Can't nobody else say that they making the type of stars that the PBC is making. Like the PBC is doing a thing, they got their pedigree and people can't deny it. They can't deny what the PBC is doing. While other companies are failing, while other companies ain't getting the ratings, while other companies can't push the program, the PBC is fucking winning. And not only is the PBC winning, they also got the backing from Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is everywhere. Yeah, you might have signed with Paramount Plus. Okay, yeah, all right. But Paramount Plus, after a little while, Paramount Plus is going to pull the plug. They're going to pull the plug. When y'all start losing money, because what you're doing, you got a lot of boxes that don't nobody know. You're trying to start some shit, and it's hard to break into an industry. And like, I think their boxing is going to be more like WWE. Like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Like, they're trying to push onto us what they want, right? Like, they try to push that shit onto us, but they don't ask us what we ask for. Like HBO, they didn't want to push the Floyd and shit. They wanted to push the Klitschko's. They wanted to push the Lomachenkos. They wanted to push that shit on us right there, and that's not what we asked for. We didn't ask for that type of shit. And people will let you know what they want. Like, you can't force feed a motherfucker if that's not what they asking for. That's the crazy shit about it. But they feel like they know, just like the CIA. Like, exactly. This is what's crazy. It's just like when Young Thug had on a Balenciaga shirt, right? That shit looked like a tour rag. Because it was Balenciaga, nigga bought it. Like, these motherfuckers is buying tennis shoes that look like old ass dumps. People are buying it. Like, they're buying pants with holes in it. Like, they're buying undergarments that ain't shit right now, and people are buying the shit because it's called fashion. You feel me? Like, people can sit there and take a $3 t-shirt and put a price tag on it, and niggas will buy it. A $3 t-shirt, I can sell it for $100. The same shirt that was $3. All I gotta do is put a bigger price tag on it, and that's how they're doing it. Like, that's how niggas is backwards. And now Turkey offering, and see, notice the people that's going to Turkey, right? They can't sell by themselves. Only motherfucker that went over there was David Benavidez and Canelo, but they get an exorbitant amount of money. But the motherfuckers that talking about Turkey gave us our biggest payday. You needed Turkey for your biggest payday. And you ask any boxer that's fought on PBC, PBC gave them their biggest payday per fight. The PBC, you eat what you kill. And if you can't kill shit, then you don't eat. It's simple. If you can't kill nothing, then you're not going to eat shit. And if you're not going to eat shit, you're not going to let nothing die. Like, motherfuckers can't carry motherfuckers, though. They be wanting motherfuckers to carry each other. Like fans talk about, well, Tank ain't doing it for the culture. Like he should give another black man a chance. This is the same black man that every time he gets a chance, he motherfucking goes at me. Shalom to the beautiful queen, Miss Arena. How you doing, queen? Hope everything's well with you, Arena. But you got motherfuckers sitting there talking about Tank deserve to do this, but nigga, you just shitted on me. But now you want me to give you a handout. And see, a lot of people be like, and a lot of people be looking like this, look. Well, if you really don't like him, Tank, if you really don't like him, fuck those shit, Tank, then get in there and whoop his ass. That's the first thing niggas say. And can I get 4 people to support the grind for today? Let me get 4 people to support the grind for today. But what's funny, this is what people say. Well, if Tank don't like him, get in there and whoop his ass. Okay. So I get in the ring, I whoop your ass, you get paid, and now you become a bigger star. Now I don't like you, but I just give you a payday and make you a bigger star. Sounds like my nigga Brian the King Falcone in the building. Why would I make you a bigger star? Why would I do that? Why would I make you a bigger star and give you a payday if I don't fucking like you? If I don't fucking like you, then nigga, I'm not doing shit for you. And that's what Tank did with Shakur. They on that peyote, DZ. They on that ice cream. They on that crystal methamphetamine. They on something. They own something, I swear. But you know, like I was saying, the biggest way to hurt somebody besides smashing their girl, the smashing nigga woman, most niggas will crash out over that before they crash out over money. But besides smashing a nigga woman, the worst way to hurt a nigga is to fuck with their pockets. If you mess with a man's pockets, that hurts. That hurts somebody. That hurts. Guan and my brother Dragon is Assassins official in the building. Salute. But yeah, you mess with a man's pockets, that hurt. That hurts them. That right there fucks with it fucks with everything they going. Like if you don't feed a nigga, they can't eat. And if they can't eat, then what? So you know that is the way that a lot of people don't understand. Earl Spence fucked with Keith Thurman's pockets. And he did that because Keith Thurman fucked with his pockets. Matter of fact, look at Adrian Broner. This nigga, he talked shit about Floyd. Then he talk about, yo, Floyd, man, we should do an exhibition fight. And Floyd ain't even hollering at that nigga. Floyd ain't even respond to that nigga. Because Floyd know that even if I respond to you, who did better, UFC or boxing for the September 13th event? I think the boxing did, DZ. I'm not really sure. I think, you talking about the Bud and Canelo? I think Bud and Canelo did better. I don't really know. But see, that's the crazy thing about it, right? A lot of people don't realize it, but like I said, stop a nigga's pay. Stop a nigga's payday. And somebody answered the question. Yeah, Netflix was all right. Netflix was all right that day, but it wasn't, but that whole boy didn't do more than a bullshit Tyson and Jake Paul fight, though. You feel me? It was really busting. Like, motherfuckers couldn't even watch shit. Like, motherfuckers couldn't even really watch shit like that. But that's what's crazy about it, right? But see, I bring that point up Nobody wants to talk about it. Like, they always say black unity, right? So why don't nobody support the PBC? PBC is the only black owned. PBC is the only black owned entity out here. And notice, PBC is the only black owned entity out there. And it's also the one that receives the most hate. The most hate. It's like we tear ourselves down. Just like how drugs got into the hood. They give us a little bit and just let that shit go. And that's how that shit be right there. You know something, Zulu? The realest boxers at the PBC and the most marketable. The most marketable boxers are at the PBC. And you know what, Zulu? That's why they're at the PBC. Because if they could be marketable, then, you know, they would be elsewhere. But the reason why they're at the PBC is because PBC gives you the most bang for your buck. PBC is like Koch Records, right? People go to Koch Records because it's a no evidence. Salute my nigga. Koch Records is like what do you call it? An independent label. Like it's like an independent label, right? So Koch Records is like an independent record label, right? So when you got Koch Records, you go to Koch Records with that independent label, and with that right there, you can make, say like a motherfucker make 5 million records on Universal. And say like a man sells, you know, 400,000 on Koch. That man that sold 400,000 on Koch is gonna get more than the nigga on Universal did. Just like I gave you the thing like Manny Pacquiao, he made more with the PBC than he did with Top Rank, besides the Floyd fight. And that's the crazy shit about it. But like I said, people rather stop the shine. They rather stop people from making money. They get mad at the place where boxers can sit. If Shakur Stevenson was at PBC, first off, they will find a way to build around him. They will find a way to market. You feel what I'm saying? They will find a way to market him. You feel what I'm saying? Like they would. The PBC would find him a fight. You feel what I'm saying? They will find him a fight. Now, like Adrian Broner said, they might make you fight Godzilla. You might have to fight Godzilla. And, you know, the PBC, really, the reason why they didn't offer Shakur Stevenson a multi-fight deal is because, first off, Shakur thinks he deserves a certain amount of money, but he don't bring a certain amount of pizzazz to the table. Like Shakur is not bringing, he's not commanding shit to the table. Like, yeah, Shakur, like, the man is not even keeping his own fans in his own town happy. Like in Jersey, they walking out on Shakur Stevenson fights. They're going to sleep and walking out on a Shakur Stevenson fight. So if that's the case, then what you want people to do? Like, the only reason the PBC offers Shakur a one-fight deal is because, look, the only person, you on a cliff, well, be careful out there, Zulu. The only reason they offered him a Tank Davis fight is Tank Davis is the only person that they can headline Shakur Stevenson with. Exactly, that whole boy. They can't put Shakur up against nobody else that would make sense. Especially for the money that Shakur be asking for. Like, nigga, the only way you can get that money is from Turkey and them because they don't mind losing money. Dude, you don't even do 1 million people at your fight. You don't even do $1 million gate. So you don't do a fucking $1 million gate and you own free TV, but you're asking for $3 and $4 million? Do y'all not even understand that? Check this out. Y'all know math, right? Let me ask y'all a question. Now, if Shakur Stevenson is not doing a $1 million gate, he's not even doing a $1 million gate now, and he's on free TV. So you're not doing a $1 million gate, you're on free TV, plus I have to pay the fucking undercard. And you're asking for at least 2.5 to 3 million. So we're not making fucking money. We're losing fucking money. So what money is Shakur asking for? Do y'all not understand? Like, the shit is going in the red every time Shakur fights. So PBC say, look, we'll give you a Tank Davis fight. That's all we got, buddy. Shakur like, nah, buddy, nah. I need some job security. I need at least a 3-fight deal. Nigga, we don't have 3 fights for you. Nigga, we got Tank Davis and that's it. Either take it or leave it. Shakur like, nah, man, I can't do that. I can't do that, folk. I can't do that, you know, Texas gang, baby. I can't do that right there. So the funny shit about it is he couldn't do that when they asked him. But then Teofimo comes. Ah, yeah, folk, I'll do a 1-fight deal. So, wait a second. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. So you'll do the 1-fight deal for Tio because you feel like you can beat Tio. But this is the fucked up shit about it. Even if he would have did a 1-fight deal for the Tank Davis fight, if he really thinks that he could beat Tank Davis, then Tank Davis would have rematched him. If he would have won, he would have got 2 fights. He would have got 2 fights. But he wasn't sure in his own skill. He wasn't secure in his skill set. That's what that was. He wasn't sure that he could actually do it. That shit crazy. Zoom, salute, King. Zoom, I just try to keep it 100, man. Shalom to my brother, Mr. Altruistic. But see, exactly that whole boy. Teofimo gets up when it's time to fight. Teofimo gets up when it's time to fight. But see, hey, Zoom, this is another thing I sit there and say. Who else can Shakur fight that would garner him $5 million in all of boxing? And like I say, smash the like button. And can I get 4 people to support the grind? Just give me 4 people to support the grind and smash the like button. And the link's pinned if anybody want to hop up. But this is what I'm saying. Who can Shakur Stevenson fight? Now, if Tank Davis retires, there's only one person that Shakur could fight to get $5 million, Zoom. And you know who that is? That's Jake Paul. Now, everybody sitting there talking all this shit about Jake Paul. Ryan Garcia crashed out because he wanted that Jake Paul paycheck. You got Shakur Stevenson acting like a shoe shuffler, coming to Jake like, hey, Master Jake, do you mind if I spar with you to get you ready for Tank Davis? You feel me? Shakur ain't even eating off the plate. He trying to catch the crumbs falling off the table. Shakur happy being that lap dog to eat the crumbs that hit the floor. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nigga ain't got no pride. But then you got motherfuckers doing content talking about Tank Davis is ass because this man disrespected him and Tank about to fight this nigga. Well, last time I checked, I think Tank trying to beat this nigga ass. For real. But that's why he asked for smaller gloves. Yes, they saying some racist shit to Tank. But the same motherfucker that sit there and said that they saying racist shit to Tank, your favorite fighter, after he said racist shit, is trying to be buddy-buddy with him. It's trying to be buddy-buddy and spar with him. Like, that shit crazy. So Tank trying to beat the nigga while Shakur trying to be his friend. But everybody talks so much shit about the Tank and Jake Paul fight. But I'm about to kill their whole argument with this right here. Check this out, right? Anthony Joshua was trying to fight Jake Paul. Canelo was going to fight Jake Paul. Ryan Garcia is crashing out because he wanted the Jake Paul fight. Shakur Stevenson is trying to spar with Jake Paul. And y'all forget Devin and Bill Haney. Jake Paul's the face of boxing. This is Bill Haney now. Jake Paul's the face of boxing. I would love to see my son Devin and Jake Paul mix it up. Hold up. Oh, whoa. Upper. Slow that shit down. I just dissed you. Ain't that the way Conceited say? He say, slow that shit down. Because I just dissed you. Now listen. You got AJ, whose career is almost over. He needs a payday. So he's begging the man Jake Paul to come fight him. 1. Canelo, at the end of his career, trying to get a payday. He knows that Jake Paul is the biggest name over Benavidez. That's 2. Number 3, Shakur Stevenson knows that me sparring Jake Paul is a bigger payday than me even going out there and fighting. So you got people from Jersey talking about Tank against Cole because the nigga talking racist against him and he's still about to fight him. But if the nigga talking racist about Tank, then he's talking racist about black people, period. But then you got Shakur up there with the Gap trying to motherfucking eat the food that falls off the floor for sparring, right? Then you got Ryan Garcia, who is crashing out. He's making Twitter posts. He's going on TikTok. He's pissed off because he's not getting that Jake Paul check. And then, like I said, you got Hawaiian 5-0 Bill in a motherfucking Hawaii sweater talking about Jake Paul is the face of boxing. You said Devin Haney was the face of boxing. Now Jake Paul is the face of boxing because Ryan Garcia put your son's face on the tarmac, his ass in the air, and now you got your son talking about me and Jake should mix it up and be the biggest boxing match in history. But nobody said nothing about none of that shit. All 5 of those fights, nobody said shit. Nobody said shit. Nobody said nothing about the second highest grossing fight in boxing. Also, one of a legendary fight that tied Floyd with Rocky Marciano was against, was he though, Zoom? He was face down, ass up. We saw shit in the back of the man's pad. He beat the shit out of that boy. But Floyd Mayweather fought Conor McGregor. That tied him against Rocky Marciano. And it's the second highest grossing fight in boxing history. Second highest grossing fight in boxing. Floyd versus a UFC fighter. Now, before we go to that, nobody complained about Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou can't even beat anybody in the top 10 in boxing. He can't. Then nobody complained about Ngannou and Joshua. That shows you the difference in skills. That nigga got sparked. He would have got sparked if Tyson Fury wasn't bullshitting. But the nigga got sparked. Nobody said nothing about that. Nobody is saying shit about Ngannou versus Wilder. Wilder is done. Wilder's shit is over. But Wilder still feels like he got enough gas in the tank to beat Francis Ngannou because he knows Francis Ngannou is fucking trash. And you know what? Check this out, people. This is where facts get you. Francis Ngannou has 0 wins as a professional boxer. Conor McGregor has 0 wins as a professional boxer. Ain't Jake Paul like 12-1? I know Jake Paul has wins as a boxer. So Tank is fighting Jake Paul, who is a boxer now, who has wins as a boxer, and he's making over $50 million for this fight. And people are saying it's wrong. Now, if we think about it, every other fight that I named, the boxer had the advantage. Floyd had the advantage over Conor. Tyson had the advantage over Ngannou. You know, they both had the AJ had the advantage over Ngannou. Tank is coming in there as a disadvantage. Tank is coming in there at 5'5". Tank is coming in at 5'5" with a 6-inch shorter reach. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. But ain't nobody saying shit about that. Nobody said a damn thing about that shit right there. So he's the only one that's making it close. So look, at least Tank is trying to make it close, because everybody know a boxer is skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills. But the only person that's making that shit close is Tank. He's making it a lot more even. And shout out to Hasim Rahman was in the news today. I'm gonna read this what Hasim Rahman said, right? Now, like a lot of people think that, you know, everybody think that Tank is about to get beat by Jake, but if you look at Vegas, Vegas got Tank as the favorite. But let me read to y'all what Hasim Rahman said. You feel me? Hasim Rahman said that, hold on, let me pull up the article. He has an article on Second Out, right? And let me read what it says for you, right? Now, this is Hasim Rahman that beat Lennox Lewis. You feel me? Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let y'all read along with me. Hold up. And y'all smash the like button. I still need 4 people to support the grind. Can I get 4 people to support the cash out? Y'all support the grind for your boy. I've been up here rocking, but hold up. Here we go right here. I'm about to pull this up for you right here. Let me share this. I think I'm doing it right. Hold up. Give me 1 second. My shit froze. Hold up. Trying to do this show on the damn whatchamacallit on my hotspot, because I'm using my phone and the hotspot right here. Hold up. But this right here is about to be crazy. Oh shit, I pressed the wrong button. Now y'all gotta realize your boy Apex ain't really computer literate like that. So me and computers be having a problem a lot of times. All right, let me see now. I got it right now. Hold up. I had to figure out. And we about to get a Spence announcement as well. Dr. Key said we got a Spence announcement on the way. All right, here we go. I got it now. And we about to get a Spence fight announcement coming up. I'm trying to pull this up. I gotta confirm some shit for seconds out. Hold up. And shout out to my man Zulu Line in the Cash App with the $5 holler. Appreciate your family for supporting the grind. My nigga Zulu always come through and support. Why I can't? Oh, okay. That's why I didn't pull up. I gotta do this right here. All right, I got it up. There we go. It took me a minute. And shout out to my man Zulu. I just need 3 more people to support the grind. If that's okay with y'all, can I get 3 more people to support the grind? All right. Can y'all see this? Or do I need to make it? Is there a way I can make this bigger? Hold up. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can make this bigger for y'all. I hate this shit. I hate computers, really. What you proud of me about? Oh, fuck you, Miss Joette. Nah, nigga been smoking. I'm trying to figure this shit out. Fuck you. Shit. I hate this shit, though. This shit be having me motherfucking in my damn. This seconds out shit. I gotta click on this. Man, god damn it. Hold up. Oh, it's not. Shout out to my girl. Twin. How you been? You know something? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Hold up. Why you ain't moving yourself, 2 Cent? You know what? I see what they just did here. I just messed up. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 sec. You know what? Man, you know, I got the link pimp for you, 2 Cent. The link pimp. The link is pinned. You know, you can always hop up, twin. Oh, I use movers all the time, though, 2 Cent. Movers is where it's at. You ain't got to do shit. They pack your shit up. I done hit the wrong thing, right? No evidence. I'll pull it back up in a second. I got to restart my damn computer. I hit the wrong shit. It had a thing that popped up saying something about updates. And so I clicked the wrong button and it started updating. So I just cut that bitch off real fast. And now I'm cutting it back on. 2 Cent about to argue with their ass. But basically what it said, I'm going to read it in a second, but basically, even Hassan Rockman said this shit about to be over with quickly. But I'll go back to that in a second. But this is the only thing I'm getting at, right? I love boxing. Boxing is my sport, right? But if we gonna call it, and see, I hate bashing on other fighters like Devin and Shakur, right? Because you know, they're my brothers and everything. You know, I want to support everything they're doing, but I also like to keep shit fair. You know, it's like my guns hold grudges. They don't know how to let shit go. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if I sit there and see a great conspiracy, or I see people doing certain shit like the way they're doing it, then that shit makes me feel some type of way, because I'm like, okay, like when they were sitting there saying Devin Haney was the boogeyman. Everybody and their mama know Devin Haney wasn't scaring no goddamn body. When they say everybody's scared of Shakur, man, motherfuckers was treating Shakur like the finish line. They couldn't wait to run into him. You feel me? Because they know it ain't but so much. Nigga got 33-pound grip strength. Who the fuck is that scaring? But see, like I said at the beginning, for those that missed it, they like to revive history. They revise it. And like I said, they revise history like they say. Like the dude yesterday said, Oh, Floyd only fought Mexicans. Floyd was scared of the black fighters. These fucking updates, the updates are still on my damn computer, so it's gonna be a minute. I cut it off and that shit's still updating. Damn it. But look, they say Floyd didn't fight black fighters until they was all old and out of their prime. Floyd went on a Mexican fighting tour. But do y'all know that the Mexicans gave Floyd his toughest fights? They gave him his toughest fights, for one. For two, do y'all not remember when Floyd was trying to fight Sugar Shane and Sugar Shane talking about, I got to go to the dentist and all that bullshit right there? People forget that Sugar Shane ducked Floyd. Zab Judah was supposed to fight Floyd, got beat by Costa Zoo. So see, when people give you the history, they don't give you the right version of it. Like, it wasn't like Floyd was ducking Zab and them, they ducked him. Just like they sit there and say Tank ain't fighting his contemporaries. Tank scared. Tank scared to fight. He's not trying to unify. Or I can give you 4 times when Tank tried to unify. And check this out. He tried to unify with Loma at 130. Loma moved up to 135. He tried to unify with Loma again. Loma said, why should we fight right now? Then when he finally tried to fight at the end of Loma said, I'm retired. So he couldn't unify with Loma because Loma ducked him, right? So that's one. He tried to unify with Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson sat there and said, no, matter of fact, Shakur said, Loma, if you don't want to fight Tank, I'll fight him. Shakur said, if you don't want to fight Tank, I'll fight him. And ABZ, I'm glad you're here, bro. You can hop on the link. You was the one that said that Floyd only fought Mexicans, right? But you remember ABZ. You remember Sugar Shane sitting there talking about his tooth? Remember when Sugar Shane was talking about, I need to go to the dentist? Remember? And then he ran out the division. Remember he ran out the 135 division and moved up? Remember Floyd was on that nigga helmet. Floyd was trying to fight Sugar Shane in his prime. Shane skedaddled. He was supposed to fight Zab Judah. Costa Zoo knocked him out. You feel me? So you can't really say nothing about that right there because they did that. But Shakur called Loma and said, look, if you don't want to fight Tank Davis, I'll fight him for you. This is what he said. I'll fight him for you. So they sent Shakur offer. Shakur said, I need more than one fight deal. So Shakur even got on live and was like, look, they try to offer me a one fight deal, but my people said me not to take that. Eddie Hearns came out and told you Shakur's team said nothing about a Tank Davis fight. We're not doing Tank Davis, right? So they did that right there. So Shakur says, I might do that. I might do that. I might do a video on it. No evidence. But what's crazy, right? Shakur say, well, if he want to fight me, he got to come over here to Turkey. He got to come over here with Turkey a la sheep if he wants to fight. So this is what Shakur's saying to the A side. And then turns right around and takes a one-fight deal to fight Tiafimo on Amazon Prime. But Tank ain't trying to unify. So that's Shakur, that's Loma, right? But he not trying to unify. Now, check this out. Watch this. Devin's been calling Tank since he got his ass whooped in sparring. Hey, Beezy, but my brother, that's going against what you said. You said Floyd, yesterday you said Floyd waited out Sugar Shane. You said he waited him out. But Floyd tried, how did Floyd move? Bro, how did Floyd move so strategically when he fought Castillo in his prime? He fought Diego Pachenko in his, not Diego Pachenko, Diego Corrales, Chico Corrales. He fought him in his prime. He tried to fight Sugar Shane. Sugar Shane ran. He tried to fight Zab Judah. Zab Judah got knocked out. So how's he moving strategic? And he's fought 21 champions. That's more than any boxer in the history of boxing. So if strategically moving the way he moving, he's strategically whooping the best of the best at the best. No, we not arguing, ABC. We family, bro. We ain't arguing. We just talking. And yes, Pacquiao fought the people after Floyd. After Floyd showed them how to get beat. But this is what I'm saying. Two people can talk. It's called conversation, not arguing, my nigga. It's not arguing. It's a conversation. It's a conversation. But then Devin been calling out Tank. They gave Devin a chance to fight Tank. Tank fresh out of jail. Rusty Tank. Devin and Bill said, nah, we're going to go fight Regis. Okay. So Tank doesn't fight his contemporaries, but he was ducked by Loma, Shakur, Devin. Wait. He been tricking the boxing game for too long. I want to fight light skin. I want him. Now, hey, we had a nigga actively calling for Tank. We should have a Davis versus Davis pay-per-view. Like, he's scared of me. This is everything that was coming out. Lee Jackson, salute, King. And I was about to get to that, Lee Jackson. But yeah, me and Big Supreme went to war because I told him Keyshawn faking. I even played the video where Keyshawn was talking about how Tank was beating his ass in sparring. Man, Keyshawn say he been tricking the game. That nigga don't want to fight me. Then he come on and say, yeah, Tank does want to fight me. We're going to set it up after the Baranchek fight. Soon as Keyshawn Davis gets a motherfucking belt, guess what that nigga say? I think everybody wants to see me versus Pitbull. That's the fight everybody want to see. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. You told me you and Tank. You told me you and Tank Davis. Now you switching to Stilo. That ain't right. That ain't cool. That's some fuck shit, and they know it. That's the problem. They know it. But they don't say nothing about that. But they sit there and say Tank needs to unify. Tank needs to fight his contemporaries. They don't tell you that Shakur ducked, Devin ducked, Loma ducked, Keyshawn ducked. Niggas only 3 goddamn belts out there. How the hell is he gonna motherfucking unify if everybody tucking their goddamn tails and ducking? Loma, Shakur, Keyshawn. That's all 3 belts down there. That's all 3 belts. Even Kid Austin was talking that shit. The Tank was like, what up? He said, you know what? I'm going to go to Shakur. Motherfuckers is getting out of Tank's division to go in other sanctioning bodies. But niggas don't want to talk about that. But niggas ain't even bringing that up. They act like they forget about that shit. Motherfuckers bring that shit up. They like, well, you know, that's in the past. So how the hell is a man supposed to unify if everybody he's trying to fight is ducking? Canelo doesn't have that problem. Canelo does not have that problem. If Canelo says he wants to fight a nigga at 147, that nigga will hop up to fight Canelo. If Canelo say he want to fight a nigga at 200, that nigga will damn near kill himself to make the 168 weight. Dimitri Bivol said that he will come down and fight Canelo at 168. Crusher Kovalev took the rehydration clause to get that Canelo payday. But Tank Davis can't get a motherfucker in his division to accept the fight. He can't get a motherfucker in his division to accept a fucking fight. But then you got people sitting here talking about, oh, Tank ducking. He ain't fighting it. He's fought the best out of anybody out there right now. The most undefeated fighters and champions right now of active fighters. Out of active fighters. And shout out to my brother, Altruistic. How can you fight somebody when they ducking? How can you unify when everybody is unified ducking your ass? But then it's, oh, well, Tank ain't trying hard enough. Tank should have begged him to fight. Why the fuck does Tank have to make concessions? Why does Tank have to beg? Listen to the dumb shit that people sit there and fucking talk. If Tank tell you to bend over and bark like a fucking dog to fight, you're supposed to say yes, sir. If Tank offer you a flat fee, they don't argue when Canelo do it. When Canelo offer these niggas flat fee, they say yes. Terrence Crawford ain't trying to get no 50-50 versus Canelo, did he? He did that shit for Spence, though. Do y'all not know, as a B-side, Ryan Garcia, one fight with Tank, has made more than Shakur and Devin has in their career? You can add up Shakur and Devin Haney's paydays, right? You can take Shakur and Devin Haney's paydays, add them together, and Ryan Garcia with that one fight with Tank Davis made more than their career. That's why they're mad. That is why they are mad right there. As a B-side, one fight, Ryan made generational wealth. That's crazy. That's why when a Tank Davis fight is coming, you supposed to just, what are you talking about? What the fuck are we talking about here? But y'all make it seem like Tank Davis has to make a fucking concession. You don't make Canelo Alvarez make concessions. Why does Tank Davis have to make a concession to these bums? Nigga, one fight, my opponent made more than y'all both made in y'all entire career combined. Take your paychecks and take his paychecks, put them shits together, and y'all still not making more than Ryan Garcia did as a B-side. But you mean to tell me that you want this man to make a concession? Where the fuck does that work at? I always thought it was big bank takes little bank. That's what I was told. That's what I was told. Big bank eats Sonny Augustine. What's up, my brother? Sakpa say, my brother, how you doing? So that's the crazy shit about it, though, people. That you would ask for him to make concessions and do this. But as the B-side, his opponent made more than your two favorite fighters their entire career. But then, with that being said, Ryan Garcia as a B-side made more than Devin and Shakur in their entire career, right? Now, y'all heard everything I've said. Motherfuckers will break their neck to fight a Canelo Alvarez fight. Now, let me show you how roles are reversed. Devin Haney telling Tank Davis he got to come up to 147 to fight him, or come up to 140 to fight him. Like he's the fucking A-side. You trying to dictate what Tank has to do? Nigga, Tank doesn't need you. Shakur Stevenson telling Tank, you got to fight on Turkey. You got to come over here and fight on Rehan. Motherfucker, he don't have to do a bitch-ass thing. Who are you? See, that's where they get shit twisted. They don't have leverage, but they act like they got leverage. But guess what? Tank about to fight with Jake Paul. And somewhere it said that they're set to split $150 million. That's 75 piece. That's 75 mil a piece. Yes. But let these lying ass YouTubers and these bullshit ass fans talking about, well, he shouldn't have took that fight. He should have took the fight where he had to fight like a motherfucker and don't make no money. I don't want to see him make no more money. Tank done made enough money. It's time for him to get back to the purity of the sport. I want to see him fight the best. Tank Davis doesn't deserve to keep making. Y'all sound like some hating ass bitches. That's what you sound like. Because the name of the game is prize fighting, for one. For two, he tried to fight the contemporaries. Nah, I ain't watched Wallow and Gillian, bro. I didn't watch it. My brother Altruistic feel me, bro. Like nigga, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, that's the way they sound, bro. Like, they grabbing their nuts on the man, bro. Like, that's some bullshit, dog. Like, these niggas out here, bro, they pocket watch, then they get mad if the nigga make them breathe. Now, before, y'all don't know, the only thing I can criticize Tank for is, bro, you should have took the Lamont Roach. But if you take Lamont Roach after this, I'm not mad at. I can't really criticize because you're getting your paper. You're getting your fucking money. You're getting your just due. You feel me? You're getting what you deserve. You're getting your just due. You feel me? But the thing is, how can I get mad at him for getting paid? That shit sound ridiculous as hell. That make me sound like a fucking hater. That's like Day. You ain't gonna hit. You ain't gonna hit. I hope you don't hit. Type shit. You feel me? Like, that's the type of shit they own. Hey, in the rematch, Sonny, yeah, Tank gonna fuck that nigga around. It ain't gonna be no friendly shit when they come back. But that's the funny shit about it, though. Yeah, hey, I already told people that Tank was the A side. I already told them that, Alan Sostain. I told them Tank was the A side. That's why the PBC is involved in it. But motherfuckers don't understand. And people act like this shit is some dumb shit, but what they don't realize, Tank trying to get real gloves in this bitch. Like, Tank trying to spark this nigga. Tank trying to spark this motherfucking nigga, and people don't even understand it. But, like, it's crazy because people just looking for a reason to damn come at Tank. But you know what, Alan? They don't say shit about their favorite fighter calling Jake Paul to be his sparring partner. Hey, Kello, and if I make that type of money, brother, I'll be fucking done too. You feel me? Like, shit, I get to lead this shit with healthy, with the bags. And you know what? This is why they hating. Because guess what? If Tank Davis retires, y'all, I'm about to tell you something crazy. Check this out. Y'all smash the like button. I still need 3 people to support the grind. Can your boy Apex get 3 people to support the grind for the day? Let me get 3 people. But I'm about to tell y'all something crazy as hell, right? Guess what? Hey, Kello, check this out, right? Nah, Alan, I'm going to tell you why I wouldn't beat the shit out of Shakur. If I really don't like Shakur Stevenson, Alan Sostain, I'm not even about to give him a payday, for one. For two, anybody that Tank beats, they get a bigger name. So I'm not even about to give you that star-studdedness. Oh, Tank about to sleep Jake Paul. He about to sleep Augustine. But check this out. I wouldn't give Shakur the buzz. I wouldn't give him the payday. I wouldn't even give him the acknowledgement of fighting me, because everybody that fight Tank becomes a bigger star after they lose the Tank. I wouldn't even give him that. But if Tank retires after getting this Jake Paul money, guess what's funny? Guess who else loses their careers is fucked? Lamont Roach's career is done. Lamont Roach is done. He's not making no more money in boxing. He's going back to pro box. Shakur Stevenson is going to have to beg for a Jake Paul fight, because you can be a big Shakur fan if you want to, but nobody in boxing, he could box to make more than $5 million for a fight. Check that out, though. I'm explaining. And shout out to my brother Alan Sostain in the Cash App with the $5 holler. He say for support. I appreciate you. The VPN General in the building. The VPN General in the building. And I need 2 people to support the ground for the day. Can I get 2 more people in the Cash App? But yeah, you know something, Alan? That's kind of like what Earl went through with Keith Thurman. Like Thurman was calling him scared and everything, but you know, he took away Thurman's payday. Yeah, Roach fighting Pitbull. But without Tank Davis, Roach is not getting a fight that he makes more than $5 million the rest of his career. Right? Without Tank Davis, Shakur has nobody he could fight to make $5 million. Neither does Keyshawn Davis. Nobody from 126 to 140 can make money in boxing without Tank Davis. Everybody wants that lottery ticket. Like, I'm just telling you, I hate to say it, but none of these people are stars. And the fucked up shit about it, not only are they not stars, their contemporaries are not doing it. Shakur was on a path to become a star. Devin Haney was on a path to become a star. Devin Haney's first pay-per-view with Loma did $150K, which is amazing for his first pay-per-view. His first pay-per-view did more than all of Bud Crawford's pay-per-views besides the Earl Spence and Canelo Alvarez. So Devin Haney was a bigger pay-per-view star than Bud Crawford. Everybody asked for that rematch. Devin would have did at least $300K on the rematch versus Lomachenko. He would have. At least 300. Or he could have fought Tank Davis because they was trying to fight the man. He didn't do that. So Devin put a halt on his own career and went downward. Shakur Stevenson was moving correctly. At 130, Shakur was a man. Shakur was that nigga. He got to 135. He started fighting people like Chicken Fried Rice, Super Sosa Chicken Soy Paw, and shit like that. And motherfuckers was like, you know something, Shakur? And people talk about Shakur. Matter of fact, usually I don't say names, but yesterday, Just Do, my nigga Just Do, said that Shakur is the best at 135. Off the resume, he said Shakur is the best at 135. So, what you telling me is, if Tank Davis does a 6-fight deal and he fights Artyom, Soy Paw Chicken Southpaw, Mr. Chicken Fried Rice Yoshino. So hold up. So if he fights Yoshino, Artyom, Padley, De Los Santos. So if Tank goes and fight those 4 people and Zepeda. So if Tank fights those 5 people, y'all gonna call Tank Davis an all-time great. Sonny, Just Do is, yes, he's a fair brother until it comes to Shakur Stevenson. But that's his opinion. I can't get mad at his opinion. But like I said, he said Shakur's the best at 135. I just gave you the 5 people that Shakur Stevenson fought at 135. Chicken Fried Rice, that's 1. My nigga Boxing Wiz, salute. Chicken Fried Rice, that's 1 person Shakur fought. Padley, that's another person Shakur fought. And look, he ain't have a training camp. That nigga was an electrician on Monday. He was in the ring on Saturday. Right? Then you got De Los Santos. Right? And who the fuck said De Los Santos was a measuring stick? Like, everybody act like De Los Santos this, De Los Santos that. De Los Santos almost lost to El Rayo, but he got a lucky punch in. My nigga William Foster III pieced up De Los Santos. Pieced his ass the fuck up. Or do y'all forget that? William Foster III pieced his ass up. So when does De Los Santos become the hallmark for a fight? The only decent fighter Shakur fought was William Zepeda. It wasn't Padley. It wasn't Artyom that just got beat by Frank Martin. It wasn't Chicken Fried Rice. You feel me? It wasn't Chicken Fried Rice. It wasn't De Los Santos. Williams and Payday is the only fight that he had. So if Tank was the fight, don't check this out. Oscar Valdez was at 130 boxing Wiz. I'm talking about Just Do said that Shakur got the best resume at 135. He said he the best at 135. So that's what I'm going through. But if we want to be for real about it, right? So what do you think people would say if Tank was to fight Yoshino? Oh, Tank cherry picking. Oh, man, Tank trash, man. But the fucked up shit about it, if Tank was to fight Yoshino, it'll still be pay-per-view and it'll still do numbers. That's crazy, right? What would they say about Tank fighting Artyom after Frank Martin just beat him? Oh, man, Tank cherry picking. Why is he fighting Artyom? Artyom just got beat, right? What the fuck would they say? What the fuck would they say if Tank Davis was to fight Padley? And Padley had just got off work on Monday and he's boxing on a Saturday. What the fuck would they say about Tank Davis fighting Padlock? Now, people talk about, well, you can't say that. Padley stepped in at the last minute. Shakur had another person that tried to step into that fight. He told Shakur, I'm not no bitch. He told Shakur, fight me. He was 17-0 with 15 knockouts. Yes, Shakur mandatory. Shakur mandatory. Y'all forget that nigga told Shakur, I'm not no baby. I'm not no bitch. The what's the Dominican, the Cuban guy name? What's his name? I just said his name the other day. But he tried to step in. Shakur talking about, nah, I ain't fighting him. Shakur said, nah, I ain't fighting that guy right there. That nigga 17-0. Nah, not Andy Cruz. That nigga 17-0 with 15 knockouts. Shakur said, hell no. Yeah, Javier Herrera. Thank you, B-Dog. Javier Herrera was trying to step in for Kid Austin. Shakur and his team vetoed that shit immediately. They said, fuck no, nigga. You trying to get me fucked up. Yeah, he said, I know, baby. Send the contract. So when people sit there and say Shakur had to take, no, he didn't have to take Padley. He took Padley because he couldn't take Javier Herrera. He couldn't take that. He said, nah, that nigga hitting hard. Shout out to my nigga Brian the King Falcone in the Cash App with the 222. Appreciate it, my brothers. Thank you for supporting the grind. Can I get one person? Can I get one person out of here to support the grind? Can I get one person in the Cash App to support the grind for the day? But yes, Javier Herrera say, I know, baby, send the contract. And that shit was crazy, right? It was crazy. Shakur said, nah, give me the nigga that was, look, Padley was in the damn, he was with the carpenter. They was fixing electric plugs. Next thing you know, that nigga is boxing the same week. The nigga was boxing the same week. They gave that nigga a house. And he had to pay taxes on the shit, but they gave him a house. They said Padlock, yeah. Now, what would have happened if Tank Davis would have fought Padlock instead of Javier Herrera? Oh, man, Tank is the worst. He's worse for boxing. Get him out of boxing. But then, what if Tank fought Edwin De Los Santos? What if Tank turned his back? What if Tank turned his back and ran across the ring? We've never seen somebody turn their back in boxing and run until we seen Shakur versus De Los Santos. Shakur turned his whole back and took off across the fucking ring. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. And I'm sitting right here watching y'all. He took off. Could you imagine Tank Davis turning around and running like a coward? No. And then finally, he fought William Zepeda. William fucking Zepeda. Do y'all know that Punch Stat cheated William Zepeda out of 200 punches? If you go look, they cheated Zepeda out of 200 punches. And if anybody knows boxing, what's the rule about what happens if the ropes hold you up? What do they call that? If you get hit and the ropes hold you up, what is that called? Exactly, Dragon's Assassin. But even if the ropes save you from getting knocked down, what do they call it, Dragon Assassin? What do they call it? They call it a knockdown. If the ropes keep you up, that is considered a knockdown. So they shitted William Zepeda 200 punches and a knockdown. But everybody talking like Shakur stepped on the nigga. Actually, if you go back and do the right punch stats and you put that knockdown in there, Shakur loses. He loses. He actually loses the fight. But I'm not petty, so I'm not going to do that. They said Shakur won. I'm going to leave it at that. But Shakur's own daughter said, Daddy, he almost knocked your ass out. Thanks kids never said that to him. Never. Shakur's daughter said, baby, Daddy, you got knocked down, baby. It's over with. It's over with. He almost knocked you out. Getting beat on in front of your daughter. That's a sad situation. But it's all good. It's all good, like they say in the hood. Exactly, Dragon's Assassin. That's the same knockdown that Tyson Fury got from Usyk. The ropes held him up. But now, I just went through Shakur's fights at 135. Now, let's be honest, people. Could Tank Davis get away with fighting those 5 people? Y'all always say Shakur's the one, Shakur's the best, but he's not fighting the best. Shakur ain't even fighting the decent. I'll be damned if you fight the best, but you're not even fighting the decent. Like, nigga, you ain't fighting shit. Motherfuckers, you get in the ring and you stop Padley to the body. You stop Padley to the body because he had no training camp. So if you don't have no training camp, guess what? You don't get to do core work. And it still took him 10 rounds. It still took him 10 rounds to stop Padlock. No one would ever beat Zepeda like Shakur did. And they're right. No one would ever beat Zepeda like Shakur did. Because anybody else that fought Zepeda, those 200 punches would have added up and that knockdown would have added up. So basically what y'all saying is nobody else would rob Zepeda. Well, I mean, yeah, his team stopped it, but you got to realize, even his team stopped it. He was getting hurt to the body. They knew that Padley ain't did no body work. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, they stopped it that way because their fighter was out there getting beat up. But it took Shakur almost 10 rounds to do it. If Shakur was fighting, if Tank Davis was fighting Padley, that shit doesn't make it out the second round. If Tank Davis was fighting Yoshino, that shit doesn't go one round. Tank Davis stops Yoshino in the first round. Padley doesn't go 2 rounds. Motherfucking Edwin De Los Santos doesn't go 3 rounds. William Zepeda doesn't go 3 rounds. Artyom doesn't go 3 rounds. All 5 of the people that Shakur beat at motherfucking 135 would not make it half the fight with Tank Davis. And it's funny because he only stopped 2 of them. But this is the guy that y'all said will do this and that to Tank. Okay. This is the same goofy ass nigga in the picture with Tank Davis. The same goofy. The same goofy ass nigga now. The same one. But it's all good. Y'all don't understand. That whole boy. You remember El Rayo dropped Edwin De Los Santos early as fuck. Edwin De Los Santos go to sleep, bro. Edwin De Los Santos was getting pieced up by William Foster. Edwin De Los Santos doesn't have no defense. The nigga ass. I'm just being honest. He ass. But this right here, I'm about to read this right here. Damn, I pressed the wrong button again. Or did I? Yep, I did. All right. So, heavyweight Hasim Rahman scored 41 knockouts from 50 wins. He is confident he sees another when Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul face off in a controversial exhibition bout next month. Tank Davis has ignored his duties as WBA lightweight champion, instead opted to fight Paul that will see both men earn big. Hey, Dragon. Nigga, I ain't get this far in life and me worried about people getting mad at me, bro. Fuck them niggas. Paul, who faced Mike Tyson last year and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. most recently, is one of the biggest boxing draws with the sport, despite being far off championship level. He will fight Davis at 196 pound weight limit. 60 pounds more than Davis comfortably makes when he fights his natural weight. Despite the incredible size difference, Rahman, who is best known for a shock knockout win over heavyweight champion icon Lennox Lewis, told before champ he see Davis winning early. I think Tank gonna knock him out, so I'm just telling you. Don't be surprised if Jake lands flat out. If Jake lands flat out, I hate the English language. I swear I hate English language. Whether or not Rahman still feels the same after hearing that both men will be sporting 12-ounce gloves for the 10 3-minute round remains seen. So Jake Paul and them didn't want to agree to the 8-ounce gloves. But Jake Paul also said we could wear 8 ounces, but he wanted Tank to wear 12 ounces. They scared of Tank Davis. Like, Jake Paul is actually scared. And then his dad noticed that his son was scared. So his dad got up there and started talking that racist shit. So he just made it worse for his son. Like, nigga, you just made this shit hard as hell for your son now. Like, you done made it hard on your son. Like, your son about to get his ass smacked because of you. And yeah, just let y'all know, Earl Spence is about to come out with a fight announcement real soon. Dr. Key told me to tell y'all. She said she's sorry she couldn't be here. She at work, but she told me to let y'all know. If you're in the Discord, she gonna put it in there whenever it happens. But you know, Key with the T. Key with the motherfucking T. But that's what I'm telling y'all. But y'all didn't answer the question. Do y'all think Tank Davis can get away with that resume? He can't. He can't get away with that resume, and that's crazy because people don't keep the same energy. They really don't. They don't keep the same energy. And when they don't keep the same energy, That's when I do what the fuck I do because I feel like that's some bullshit, dog. Yeah. And see, look, that whole boy, they want to drag Tank Davis' resume, right? Who has Shakur fault? Like, who has Shakur fault? Let me ask you this. Who has Shakur Stevenson fault on a Ryan Garcia level? Ryan Garcia would beat the fuck out of William Zepeda. Leo Santa Cruz will beat the shit out of Valdez. Rolly Romero beats the shit out of anybody else on Shakur's resume. Ryan beats everybody on Shakur's resume. Rolly beats everybody on Shakur's resume. Frank Martin will beat everybody on Shakur's resume. That's 3 people on Tank's resume that beats everybody on Shakur's resume. Mario Barrios beats everybody on Shakur's resume. Lamont Roach beats everybody on Shakur's resume. Hector Garcia beats everybody on Shakur's resume. So what the fuck are we even talking about, people? This is the shit that I'm talking about. Like, it's crazy, bro. That shit just crazy as hell. Because they will sit there and ridicule, but they don't keep the same energy. They don't keep the same energy. And that's the fucked up shit about it. They don't. They be sitting there doing that shit right there. And then when you say something about it, it's, oh, you're a Tinkerbell. You're a Tinkermaniac. Like, damn, dog, really? That's how we doing it? So I can't be real. So I can't keep it 100. Is that the way it is? So it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Fuck it. Right? That's how they do. And then as soon as you say something about Shakur Stevenson, they'll pop up like a damn ghost. They just pop right up. They be like, hey. You be like, damn, what the hell just happened? And that shit just be crazy as hell, bro. That's the only thing I'm saying. Like, they don't give people the right amount of credit. Like, they talk about Tank Davis' resume, but they forget that Devin's first 20 fights were against bums. You feel what I'm saying? His first 20 fights was against bums. And then they sitting there talking about what Tank didn't do. And they talking about, well, Tank trying to be like Floyd. Let me ask y'all a question. Everybody is trying to be Money Mayweather. Everybody is trying to be Money Mayweather. But they forget about the Pretty Boy stage. But when Pretty Boy made it to Money Mayweather, what did he do? See, this is the thing that people don't understand. It's called prize fighting, right? The prize is getting that bag. And that's what every fighter wants to do. Every fighter wants to get the bag. And when you get the motherfucking bag, then that's when people start to hate because you're getting the bag. Like, everybody rocked with Earl Spence when he was coming up, when he was fighting motherfuckers like Kell Brook, when Earl Spence did it to Lamont Peterson. Everybody was fucking with Earl except for when he fought Mikey Garcia. You had Sugar Ray Leonard start to hate. But after they found out that Earl Spence and Mikey Garcia both made $17 million. When they found out that Earl Spence and Mikey Garcia both made $17 million, that's when the hate started. That's when the motherfucking hate started, people. Pay attention. Deontay Wilder, he started getting the hate when he started. Motherfuckers used to fuck with Bomb Squad. They used to fuck with Bomb Squad. But when Wilder started getting that motherfucking bread, that's when the hate started. Everybody rocked with Floyd Mayweather. They fucked with Floyd at first. And when he beat Oscar De La Hoya, they was rocking with Floyd. But then when Floyd started getting that bread, that's when people really started hating. When Floyd got that bread, people really started hating on Floyd Mayweather. And like I said, motherfuckers was still rocking with Tank. Like, they was wanting Tank to beat Ryan Garcia ass and everything. Like, get him, Tank. You know, motherfuckers actually was rocking with Tank. You had Blue Blood Sports. You had motherfucking Chump Side. Check this out now. Champ Side and all of them was rocking with them. They was rocking with them. You had Champ Side rocking with them, doing all types of Tank paraphernalia and memorabilia. You had Blue Blood rocking with Tank. You got Champ Side begging for Tank drops and shit. Like, Blue Blood's biggest video, 5.6 million, is Tank Davis. He ain't even got a Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson don't even have a video with 1 million on it. I don't even think they got one with 100,000 on it. Tank did 5.6 million on Blue Blood's channel. And that's the one where he cussed out Blue Blood ass. When he told Blue Blood he'd knock him out. Devin and Shakur don't get that type of buzz. But see, this is the funny shit about it. Motherfuckers was rocking with Tank until he made Ryan Garcia richer than both of their favorite fighters. He made Ryan Garcia richer than Devin and Shakur combined. And when he did that, they felt like he should have gave that to a brother man. That's what it was. They felt like he should have gave that to the brother man and not the other man. So that's where a lot of the hate comes from. They don't want to admit it, but that's where a lot of it comes from. It comes from the fact that fighters are making money, and when fighters start making money, that's when the hate starts. Do y'all remember how everybody was rocking with Earl? Everybody was calling him the truth. When he went to go fight Kell Brook, we all was behind Earl. Remember, we all was rooting for Earl to beat the shit out of Kell Brook, right? So what the fuck did Earl do wrong? He went over there, he fought Kell Brook for us. Then he fought Lamont. So what did Earl do wrong for people to turn their back on him? I know what it was. That man made too much money, boss. And you know, that's what, and I'm explaining something to you. That's like real life. Because niggas is cool with you when y'all on the same level. If we're broke together, we could be cool. Like if we both on the same level and we broke, we could be cool. But the second that you make more money than me, this is how they do. The second that you make more than me, niggas will start hating you and they want your spot. That's how people do it. They will hate you and want your spot because you're making more than them. That's how it is. That's how it's always been. Even your own homies, you could think you're looking out for your homies, and your homies will get jealous of you. They will get jealous because you're in a spot that they want to be at. You in a spot that they want to be. So now that they ain't in that spot with you, now they're pissed off. They're pissed off now. And that's the way niggas is doing. It's crazy. I know. I know it's crazy. It's fucked up. Yeah, still EJ. But see, this is what I'm saying, right? Like I said, they can't explain to you what he did wrong. Like I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck EJ did wrong. Like what he do? Motherfuckers can't tell you that though. He fought who he wanted. Like this is what's crazy. EJ got the most hate, but he was the one that was getting all the belts. Uranus Ugas called out Terrence Crawford. We forget that, right? Uranus Ugas tried to fight Terrence Crawford. And shalom to my brother, Mr. Altruistic, in the Cash App with the 10-piece McNuggets. Always looking out for the grand, for the family. Do y'all not? Ugas, the same person that beat Crawford twice in the amateurs. And I honestly think Uranus Ugas would have did great against Terrence Crawford. He beat him twice. Earl just had too much power at the time for him. We seen how Sean Porter boxed him. But this is what I'm saying. Uranus Ugas, I felt, beat Sean Porter. And at that time, I don't think Terrence Crawford could have beat him. That's why Terrence Crawford waited a year after Earl beat Ugas before he fought him. But this is what I'm saying. Earl fought him. Terrence Crawford had the chance to fight Manny Pacquiao. Did he do it? No, he did not. He did not fight Manny Pacquiao. Why did he not fight Pacquiao? Terrence Crawford had the chance to be probably the A side. Bomac pulled him out the fight with Pacquiao, said it was too dangerous. Tried to talk about the money wasn't right. They couldn't strategically get a hold of Pacquiao at the time. Hold on one second. Hey, bro. Hey, Shelton, you can hit the link, bro. It's right there in the chat. Hey, Mr. Shelton, you can hit the link if you want to, bro. But that's the crazy shit about it. Yeah, EJ lost us a lot of money. But see, a lot of people don't understand that. The link pinned, Mr. Shelton. But see, when you talk about that right there, right, then you're hating. They call you a hater when you do that. Now you're a hater, and you don't, and you know you're not keeping on point. Like that shit's dumb. But yeah, that shit crazy. But shit, I done been on here for 3 hours, man. Yeah, he would have. But salute to everybody, man. I done been on here for 3 hours. Damn. With peace and blessings, salute. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow, man.
that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leaving nigga bleeding.